SSS 1, 2, 3. Where's the echo? SSS 1, 2, 3. There it is. Okay. Alright, so we are on the third part of Esper Feud. Let's do this. Self-Destiny, Operation Icebreaker, shots fired. Yep. Although before that, I do want to use up my stamina. I want to go to Dislyte and Shadow Stream.
Just dream.
Wait, I'm not using Gabriel. Wait. Okay. Yeah, her relic should be that one. I haven't fixed my relic yet. So for Meredith, I need to manually pick the relic. It's gonna take quite some time, a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, that should do it.
Just dream.
Although I think it's probably not optimized. Should be fine. Be fine. Let's just leave it as it is. So. Let's go. Utgard, Day of Destiny. When enemy Phantom Sisters attack, they inflict taunt on the target. Okay, there we go. For 1 turn. Okay, so you just need to prevent the Phantom Sisters from doing anything. This should be alright. You still want to use Pandora. Meredith, probably. I do. Maybe Meredith is still useful here. Because the enemy have a lot of HP, so Meredith will still be useful here. So I do need a permanent disable on them. Let's just try with this thing first. Because I need to prevent the Phantom Sisters from doing anything. Let's just do something like this. Let's go. Yeah, in this lineup, you can always replace Ife with Kara. Although she won't be as good as Ife, but she will still keep the job done. Because in here I have, oh yeah, tricky also, you can replace him with any other disables. I'm only aiming for his multi-hits together with the Tyranny of Zeus to keep the stun rolling, that's all. So you can just replace them with three disables, you know, and just use Pandora or use Kara. Yeah, especially just keep using poison and percentage HP damage. And Meredith also do a percentage HP damage, so she is good. Phantom Sisters counter attack chance increases dramatically. Okay, so we don't want them to counter attack. So I do have a better Esper in mind. Let's just use double poison. Oh wait, you know, if you want a better stunner, like you can use Jiangman here, like her multi-hits can also stun. And or if you want to have more percentage HP damage, then you can use Louis, you can use Chalmers, you can use basically every percentage HP damage Esper will be good here. So let's see if I have. I'm probably gonna need to do this. Okay, wait. If I use Hammer of Thor, yeah, I guess War Machine is better on him. So let's try this one. I replaced Tricky with Jiangman, and then I replaced Meredith, the healer, for another DPS. Hopefully, we don't need to heal ourselves. If we can manage to stun the Phantom Sisters. And in this current version, the 3.1.7, Louis gets a lot of buff, especially in being able to deal more damage, the more debuffs the enemy has for his R6. Although my Louis is not R6 yet, he hasn't unlocked his Divine Jet 6, but he is now a better candidate to mix with the poison users. He was previously Xiaoyin, but because Xiaoyin Kid is kind of like, you know, not really that good, as in he deals more damage the more debuffs the enemy has, but he's playing around with stealth previously and with multi-hits, so his damage doesn't really contribute to each other. So he needs like a lot of help from his teammates to put debuffs on the enemy, and then he will deal a lot of damage. That's Xiaoyin's problem. But for Louis has a built-in bleed. So if you can give accuracy to Louis, he can put debuffs by himself, and bleed can stack. So Louis by himself is already good enough. So if you put him together with poison users, then he will deal insane damage. Still probably won't be enough to kill us. Let's just continue with this. Oh, it does it does become a huge deal. Okay. But yeah, okay, so if you guys saw my latest video, yeah, as long as we have Pritzker here, we don't afraid of anything. We're not afraid of anything, as long as we have Pritzker. I think you can just finish this stage with any S. Like they are not much of a trap, like there are only 3 of them. As long as you bring like at least 1 controller, then that's it. You can just clear this stage with any Esper. So this one is good. Operation Ice Wave. This free status expires, they lose 35% maximum HP, applicable to both sides. Ooh, this is it. Okay, let's use what we learned from our previous Esper Feud. This one, and this one, and then this one. Yeah, this is what we learned from our previous Esper Feud. Although I do want to bring Odette, Odette should have freeze, right? Let's see. Freeze or more. I got to attack. Yeah, but we need to get attack for her to be able to freeze the enemy. So this should be all right for now. Let's try this. Yep. That's actually a lot. Oh my god. the freeze expired together with the Pandora's box actually deals a lot of damage to them. But we do need to deal with the freeze on our side also. So we need to bring immunity. So yeah, in the next stage, they will become harder. So we definitely need to bring immunity. Because they don't have a dispel. They don't have any dispeller, so we should be... There we go. And as usual, you can always change Pandora with any poison Espers. It just probably take longer. You still do the job just as fine. When freezing, I to freeze for one more turn. What? Okay, yeah, let's just change this with Gabriel. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Oh, they do have Aurelius. Oh my god. What is this? Oh. Yeah, there you go. It's actually quite fun, you know. Like, I wish the actual freeze debuff can do this. You know, like when they expire, they will lose like percentage HP and damage. Don't go like 30% maximum HP. Like that is broken. That is only for this event. But at least like probably they lose like 5% maximum HP. Is already huge enough for a freeze debuff. That will at least make Espers like Haley and Aurelius become more and more useful in other content. So when freeze to freeze for one more. What? We can just keep going on with this. What the hell? Go. Yeah, we have immunity. We have nothing to be afraid of. And Pandora's debuff cuts 30% HP, and also the freeze cut another 30% HP. That's almost 60% HP. So yeah, it should be like, wait, it should be 50% something. Yeah, I think it should be 50% something. Because the math doesn't accumulate. Like it's not addition. When you cut somebody's HP by 30%, and then after that you cut another 30%, it doesn't accumulate into 60%. It doesn't add up, because when you cut the first time the 30% HP, the enemy's HP go down to 70%, and then the next 30% will cut calculating to with the 70% HP, the current HP. So 30% of 70% is around 20% something. Yeah, 20% something. So it should add up to 50% in total. That's the second stage. Deploy at least one archer. Esper Feud the list for details. What? Wait, Idun. Wait, Chalmers is archer? Huh? Garmer is archer? They use gun. What the hell? Yeah, Q also use gun. Okay, so if they count them as archer, then so be it. An archer is for station, an additional archer ability can be used to get powerful effects. Okay, so let's just use every single archer together with Fritzker, because we have Jiangjul here, so we need to increase his ability cooldown. So let's use archer. The first thing that comes to mind will always be Mona. Where is my Mona? Where's my Mona? Where is my Mona? My Mona? There it is. And then Louis. The second one should be Louis. Okay. And then who else? Yeah, I want Aurelius and Hall. I want no. I mean Lucas and Hall. Yeah. Hey, these are the best arts in the game. And I do want to go with accuracy. Let's go. Maybe damage. Let's try with damage first. Wait, I don't have auto here. Really? Oh, this one. Yeah. I remember this Esper Feud with this extra effect. Each attack deals extra damage of the target's maximum HP, yes. Each attack inflicts stun on the target for one turn. Reduce HP to 1, sweep on counter attack rate, and basic ability damage. Wait, what? Wait. Isn't this broken if you can combine this with invincibility? This damage to all enemies, 60% of their lost HP. Yeah, I actually want to experiment with this one. Yeah, this is broken. Wait. Let's just try first. Then after that, I do want to try that one. Here's what I thought, guys. If I can give standoff to Mona, and then her basic ability damage goes up by 300%, and if I can one-shot like every enemy using this one, then she can move like permanently, because you gain 1 turn upon killing the enemy. Yeah, wait, so let's try. I do want to try how this works. Let's see. Where's the 1 HP? Where's the 1 HP? I still have my HP there. I still have my HP. What happened? Reduces HP to 1. Hit minus 50%, counter attack rate 100%, basically damage. This one is to all enemies if they're lost HP. I just attack inflicts stun on the target duration mountain. I can just use this and then kill it. Look at that, 52,000. Yeah, and I can use this with that skill. 223,000. This is fun. This is fun. Let's use this. That will stun the enemy. Wow, look at that power. Like it looks like a Super Saiyan. This is fun. Let's try this one. This will deal more damage of their lost HP, so let's try that. Oh, okay, that shoots straight away. Okay. Oh my god, 328,000 damage. How do I know, like, how many charges left do I have here? Oh no, demon mode. Yeah, I should have, instead of like having fun with this, I should have tried his passive. But should be fine, should be fine. Let's just use this again and just shoot him. Blah 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 blah. And let's try using this. And they will die. 467,000. Oh my god. Yeah. Let's just use it. What is this? What is this? But yeah, I don't know. It's supposed to bring our health down to 0, but apparently it doesn't. So let's see. Wait, what was that? Enemy HP increased dramatically. Use archer abilities wisely. Okay, yeah. I do want to. Oh, wait. I can just use that 300% basic ability increase to Hall, and he will shoot his first skill every time our allies move. Yeah, this is broken. Let's see. I do want to remove. Let's probably take off Louis. I do want to try using. Where's Nicole? Where is my Nicole? Here it is. So Nicole will have what rally? Wait. You need HP. You should be fine. Yep. Let's try this again. Let's experiment with this. Okay, there are 5 of them now, so we should be able to use click stun on the target for 1 thing.
This is for my research.
Oh, wait. I think the aura means like, which ability you have on you. Okay, so it probably is a permanent effect. Hey, yeah, like that. It's gonna be a permanent effect. So if it's a permanent effect, then only the last one is active. So I can just use this one. Yeah, just use. Yeah, 600,000. Oh my god. This is speed to 1 and this one. Yeah. So that's the aura, I guess. Like it lasts for how many turns? And you can use it. So there we go. So if I shoot this, whole damage should be increased. Let's see. Not really. It doesn't really increase. So let's just help whole to survive longer. Oh, the Jiangxili become boss right now. So I should, instead of bringing a Pritzker, I should bring either Nick or Bonnie. So let's stun them again. And then stun them again. And stun them again. And then use this one probably. Kablam! Wait, he died. Oh, is he not a boss right now? He's not a boss right now, so yeah. I guess you can use like one ability for 2 turns or not. Yeah, let's just use that again. I mean, that skill is OP. Like, why do you even need to think? Like, the moment they get reduced to half health, you just need to press the last skill over and over again. Like, is there no charges to this? Like, this is unlimited? I can just press this every time. Like, what? I can just keep using that. And wait, the whole never moved. What? Is there a bug in this Esper Feud? What? What is this? I'm so confused right now. What? Anything against the matter is such abilities wisely. Yeah, I'm using it wisely. And the thing is that your archer abilities are broken. I don't even need attack there. I just need accuracy. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, that's actually a problem. So they move faster than us, so we need some speed now. We need some speed. Maybe not Nicole. Let's see if I can give this leader. No. I prefer TA as leader in this kind of situation. Where's my TA? Where's my TA? There it is. So TA have AoE control instead of Holy. So I prefer TA in this situation. So TA should start first, and then wait, her speed. Yeah, her speed is enough. So and then after that, Lucas will hit, Pritzker will hit, and yeah, as long as they don't move, I don't think I need immunity. So let's just start with this. There we go. Yeah, here move first, and hopefully our Pritzker move afterwards. Let's use this. We need to stun the Unas. How do we stun the Unas? And I don't know if this. Let's try using basic ability. Does it even increase? 17,000. Is that increase? I have no idea. It does probably increase because his critical. Wait, his follow up doesn't use his S1, right? Yeah, his follow up attack is different with his first skill. So I have no idea. So maybe he doesn't. His passive doesn't count as first skill. So maybe it's only useful for Mona. So let's just try with Mona after this. So I'm gonna stun the Unas. We definitely need to stun the Unas because Unas is troublesome with his immunity. It can break the flow. There we go. Everybody got stunned. So I do want to try using this again. Duration 1. Yeah. So let's try shooting the Jandili. Let's see. First ability, Hablan. 79,000. Yeah, it does increase for Mona. So yeah, Hall is not count as first skill. He is follow-up attack. So there you go. Let's stun again. As long as the enemy doesn't move, like you don't even need to do anything. That's the whole purpose of you having a controller. So that's why Pritzker is the most broken Esper in every single content in the game, as long as there is no boss and no permanent immunity or 100% resist. So let's see, it's passive. Yeah, he's not a boss, so we can increase his cooldown using Pritzker. So, oh, hi Julian, I almost missed you there. Hi, welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, I want to stun this one again, so let's do that. Stun. And let's stun the young Julie. And just keep stunning them. Do this. So I just keep stunning. I mean, we only need to reduce their health down to half health, and then after that we're gonna press the last skill here, and that's it. They will die. Although I want to try this one. Let's go here. Kablam. Ooh, nice. This one is also good. We need to reduce their health to wait. His passive is on again. So we gonna need to reduce Cecilia's health and keep stunning. So yeah, here you go. Like, you don't really need to bring all archers in here. Like, as long as you have Lucas and Mona, you can permanently stun the enemy with the second skill here. So yeah, just keep doing that. And with Lucas, if you give them both Tyranny of Zeus, you don't even need to use that skill. Like, you can use the first skill, the first archer skill, and they will deal percentage HP damage. Although we are in trouble now because Yang Juli passive is on and he is near death. Yeah, he's there. So we gonna need to this is bad. Let's just damage everyone with that. Yep. We need to kill the Cecilia because he is the most troublesome one. Although I said that, but I killed the Unas. Let's use this one and then use the ulti. The thing is that you want multi-hit Espers, multi-hit archers to use the archer skill, because the first archer skill, this one, its attack deals extra damage, 5% of the target's maximum HP. That's per multi-hit. So if you deal like Mona here for multi-hits, this is 20% of the target's maximum HP. So you want Lucas and Mona to be always here if you do this stage, because their multi-hit together with this first archer skill will definitely shred through the enemy's HP. That's what you want. Let's just use the first skill and they will all die, and then they will resurrect. Then we can just use the last skill again. Just gonna kill here, there. You see, like 60% of their lost HP, but if their lost HP is like 90% of their health, this is gonna kill them. Look at that. Yeah, I can just press this again. Look, Kablam. What is this? Like, is this even Esper Feud? Like, you're supposed to use your brain for something like this, but I didn't even use mine. I just spammed the last skill. What is wrong with this Esper Feud? Like, it's even easier from the second one. The first one is the hardest. What? Yeah, my expectation probably was too high, but so be it then. So yeah, there we go. This is the Esper Feud part 3, and maybe I need to like cut them up into like one single video, just because I just recently learned that the Union Academy has been going on all this time. Like, all the new players, they get the Union Academy, because I thought that it was an event like 5 months ago, and I did make a tutorial, a video about that stage, and then I just leave it as it is. But like 4 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, like somebody actually watched my tutorial guide for the Union Academy, and I just learned today that for new players, that Union Academy event is still going on. Like, every single new players, they will get that event eventually at one point in time. So probably the Esper Feud like this one is probably gonna happen for the new players, like every time they make a new account. So maybe I can make a compilation of all the videos that I made, like the live stream that I made in the last 3 days for each one of these stage, and you can just try and use the exact same theme that I do. So there you go. We have finished the Esper Feud. It's not even that hard. It's not even that hard. If I were to like, if I were to not mark, like what do you think? If I were to give them my thought, like star, like probably the most fun is Operation Icebreaker. Oh no, I cannot go back to them again. So yeah, I can only rely on my replay and just took all the successful run that I did. Yeah, luckily I did the live stream for this one. Hey, have you completed the Temporal Tower? Actually not. So let's go. Let's do this now. We can try doing the Temporal Tower right now. Because we are currently on live stream, so let's do that. Go to the Temporal Tower, and here we go. Infinity Tower, I already finished, and Temporal Tower, stage 1, let's go! So, which one do you prefer? Do you want me to only use Rare Esper, or only Epic Esper, or only Legendary Esper? Let's see. Maybe just skip all the boring parts with just legendary ones. Yeah, you don't want to watch like every single stage done anyway. So let's just pick my usual balance team. So this, and this, and this. This is the better. I have 760 pulls ready for next one. Nice. Yeah. So I'm also waiting for Intisar to come out. I'm gonna do all in for Intisar. Yeah, just wait for that live stream. I'm gonna all in on Intisar. Let me see. Let's see how many record do I have. So I have 229 here with 87,000 Nexus Crystal, and then yeah, I probably gonna pull Yunchuan. We have 8 more days, so I'm probably gonna do a here to reach 100 Wisstone and just pull him using the Wisstone, so that I can save on golden records. Because like, you know, there are 2 ways on getting the Yunchuan. You either use the golden record and then try to get Yunchuan here and then save Wisstone for the next Esper banner, but I think that one is actually like less efficient than using the Wisstone for Yunchuan straight away. Because right now, like, I can just do a couple of spins to reach the 100 Wisstone, and then Yunchuan will be 100% chance for me with this Wisstone. And then I can save every single other golden record that I have for the next banner, which is hopefully Intisar. And then with that many golden records, I will definitely reach 100 Wisstone again. So I will definitely get the next Esper banner. So if you want to save on golden records but you still want Yunchuan, don't waste your golden record. Just use your Wisstone. Right, I got the first with the 100 Wisstone. Yeah, that's more efficient. So I do have that many, and then I do have this many Simmer record. So I was planning to just save up my Simmer record until I can reach the 84 spins, because I don't like being like, you know, in Indonesian terms, it's PHP, like you know, you are hoping for a legendary, but every time you pull this, you always get Q. So rather than just get my heart broken, like, I just wait until I can confirm get 100% legendary from here. So yeah, I've been saving. And then platinum also, I still have 4, so I've been saving for 4 months. I've been saving this for 4 months. And then we have this many elemental tickets. So yeah, I'm super ready for when Intisar come out. And how many golden record can I get using this Nexus crystal? Let's see. Yeah, this is crazy. There we go. We have 439. Together with the 220 something, so I have around 650 something. Yeah, 660 something. So I have 666 golden record for Intisar. That's actually a nice number. I'm gonna put it in the title. So yeah, we're gonna give 666 golden records for Intisar. All in. Let's go. But later, when Intisar come out. Yeah. So let's go. So let's do this. I'm gonna give a relic to them. So this one will go with the highest critical damage that I can get. This one is attack and critical damage. So it should be this one. Yeah. So here's some tips for your Oli. If you are playing Oli, you want higher critical damage than attack bonus. So you do want to have both in your stats. Like you want to have attack bonus and critical damage in all of your relics. But if you can choose like this one, like you get more critical damage compared to the attack bonus. This is what you want in your Oli build. Because his damage comes from a percentage HP damage of enemy maximum HP, so you can deal insane amount of damage against Kronos or the Temporal Tower 50 boss, like all those bosses with insane amount of HP. You can deal insane amount of damage using this critical damage, because this one can be increased using your critical damage. He is one of the 2 Espers that can do that. The other one is Chalmers. So the rest of the Espers, like Louis, the one that deals a percentage HP damage, they are limited to the attack stats, except for Oli and Chalmers. So yeah, this is his relic. So we want to go to Pandora. So when you are playing with Pandora right now, because she currently get skill change, so she no longer stun using her third skill. So you don't actually necessarily need accuracy on her anymore, because her purpose right now is only to cut the enemy's HP by 30% every turn. So she just give her as much HP as possible. And she cannot refresh her Pandora box debuffs anyway. Like even if you refresh her Pandora's debuffs on the enemy, it deals damage every turn. So if you can get this ready by the time the enemy finish their Pandora's debuffs duration, that is enough. You don't need that much speed anyway. So that's Pandora. And then Gabriel, you just want to give her as much speed as possible. So I just have my relic with the highest speed there ready for Gabriel, because it is Gabriel's relic. And then for Tricky, I do want him to have a middle speed, because he will remove the enemy's buffs, so that my Pandora can put her debuffs. So as long as he moves before my Pandora, that's enough. I can use a Tyranny of Zeus here for the extra stun, as long as he moves faster than my Pandora. So yeah, let's just skip the whole content with this. I can just auto it. Although I think currently we don't really need Pandora. Yeah, let's cut Pandora. Let's cut Pandora, because the enemy at the first floor have like very low health. You want Young Man here actually. So let's just give her the highest attack possible. I do have some relics here, which is called Drew relic. So Drew have attack damage together with accuracy because Drew, his purpose for me is to inflict that defense down in many content. So he needs that accuracy.
The other side of my bet. Prepare to lose.
Oh yeah, run system now. It should be fine, it should be fine. We can just skip this. So while we are going through here, like I can talk about a lot of things. So let's see. I don't know why, but I have been extremely active since day one. I guess the models and the characters are so nice. Same. I've also been like, this is kind of like my ritual every day. Like every time I wake up, I always open my Dislyte, like send espers for expedition, and then do the pick the bounty, and then go to club and do the daily club quest, and then give puzzle pieces to my clubmates. All those things. It's like ritual every morning while I'm having breakfast. Yeah, I do love this game, you know, because I can see that a lot of the espers, like I do like the idea of having gods as their power. You know, the Esper have powers coming from gods. So it's interesting, and they mix it with like, you know, a very, how do you say, like a science fiction, like cyberpunk theme, you know. So it's like a modern version of gods. It's kind of fun, actually. Yeah. I've been loving playing games that have anything to do with gods, like different gods and powers, because they are interesting. And also, this game, the developer is trying very hard to keep the game balanced. Like they don't want any Esper to, like, you know, show up too much, like they don't stand out too much, and they want every single Esper to have like their own purpose, their own unique specialty. So with that in mind, you just need to look beyond their skills. Like currently, like for example, the problem with Gaius and Ashley, like they are waiting for their nerf to come. And the thing is that when they first came out, like I already expect their nerf to come, because I've already seen their skill and their utility and their kits, and I knew that sooner or later they're gonna get nerfed. So when all my friends, like they are trying to bring their Gaius to Divine Gate 6, I just keep my Gaius as it is, like without any Abilimon, without any Divine Gate. Like even though I got like 2 Gaius duplicates, you know, by pulling golden records, but I don't purposely like increase my Gaius. Like look at this, my Gaius is just standard normal Gaius, even though I have like 2 duplicates because of golden records. Like I've been lucky, yeah. So that's the thing. Like I'm the type of guy who prefers every single Esper to be equal, you know. So everything that the developer are trying to do actually aligns with my ideal. So that's why I love this game very much. I was about to quit because I summoned like 800 5 to get in the showcase Esper. Then in one single gold record pool, I put Gaius. That I've been lucky. They should put Gaius as your lucky charm, you know. Like he is the one that brings your luck like 180 degrees back into like the correct path. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like I can be either lucky or be unlucky, because I never actually get the Esper that I want in their banners, you know. Like when there were Ollie banner when Ollie first came out. Like I tried to pull Ollie's banner because the moment I saw him the first time, I knew he is OP, but he is not a nerf kind of OP. You know, like he is OP enough, but can stay under the radar. So Ollie will stay as he is. His kit will never change because his purpose is just to be like, you know, prevent his teammates to die. So I max him out. And when his banner first came out, like I tried to pull him, but I failed. And then the next one, I think it was Zora's banner, and I got Ollie on Zora's banner. And it always happens like that, you know. I got the exact Esper that I want in the next banner after the Esper came out. Every time. But it's not always every time. Like I failed to get Ashley, I failed to get Abigail, I failed to get Brewster, you know. So there are some Espers that I failed to get. No friends quit because of that. Too bad it took them so long to fix that. Funny. But the thing is, like, you know, there are like ups and downs with this game because of a lot of complaint coming from the players, and they mostly don't know what they are complaining about. So when SSM first came out, like the players, like a lot of them like asking for a change into the golden record system, and they were like very happy when SSM first came out. And I was probably the only one that think that, you know, this is gonna be a problem because several Espers are now locked behind the SSM, and that is something that is like really bad. But they managed to fix that by giving a lot of SSM. Like a lot of players are able to collect enough SSM to get the Espers that is in the banner, although some of them are quite unlucky, even though the chance is already like 50%. But the golden record system, the increase in 10% for the Espers that you want, is actually already the best, in my opinion. You know, I'm missing Ollie and Loki. Those two are OP. They have most of my Espers, which I have lost most of them, at least in the rest of it. Yeah. So this is just like every time you play this game, you should think about this game as like a chess game. So Espers are not something that you should go in favoritism. You know, it's like when Clara first came out, like she was like really broken, like having immunity permanently using her first skill, and everybody just die must get her. And the moment they get her, like it was like the how do you say it? Like winning a lottery. And then when she got nerfed, like everybody just, you know, quit at that time. I think that was the first time like anybody ever quit the game. Like probably when Clara got nerfed, that was the first change they probably made. So that's the thing about this game. Like you shouldn't just favoritism like just one or two single Espers, because those things are going to change because the content will keep on increasing, and the Espers that are OP right now for this current content will no longer OP in the next content because they will rotate their Espers. Yeah, fighting with Clara was hell. I got Clara after the nerf. Exactly, same for me. Like one day after Clara got nerfed, I got Clara. So I never experienced the time when Clara was so broken. Yeah. I think there was another, like one more Esper that I happened to get right after they got nerfed, but I forgot which one. But that's the thing. You know, so that's why you shouldn't play this game with favoritism in mind. You know, like currently, when Gaius first came out, like everybody want Gaius, and they are like, you know, he is super broken. Like you can easily finish every single content with him, and that's basically Gaius. And I know for sure that nerf is incoming, and right now, everybody just waiting for that nerf. And I bet like if the nerf if it's slightly bit making Gaius like at a disadvantage, like everybody will gonna complain again. Yeah, but it is necessary. Like buffs and nerfs are necessary in every single game, especially when they keep adding more characters, new characters into the game, because the newer Esper, they need to keep thinking about like new things that the Espers can do, and if they want to sell that Esper, they need to make that Esper stronger than the previous Esper. So there is no way that they can keep making broken Espers every time there's a new Esper coming out. So they will definitely need to change the previous Esper to make way for the newer Esper, to make it more interesting. Otherwise, like currently Yunchuan is the most broken one. So if the next Esper is not stronger than Yunchuan, then everybody will just lose interest into spending money into getting that Esper, and that will diminish the developer team's income, and that will make the progression of the game updates become slower. Like the company need to survive with the money that the players give to them. So they will need to keep the game interesting every single time. Yeah. So that's why every time I see an obvious OP Esper, I will never follow the meta, because it's just a nerf waiting to happen. So when you are looking at Espers, what you need to know is that always imagine like what kind of situation that Espers can be useful for, and just think about the future of the content that can happen. Like for example, when Esper first came out and Booster came out, like their kits are perfectly suited for PvE content, like every single PvE content. The reason is because when I first played this game, like I noticed something that is really broken in this game, which is a poison debuff. Poison debuff in this game is the only debuff that you will never ever find in every other games, because poison in this game deals a percentage maximum HP damage, not current HP damage. So as long as I can put 25 stacks of poison on the enemy, any enemy will die no matter how strong they are. So like you see, like I already predicted, like the more the game progress, like they will need to keep putting like stronger and stronger enemies. So there we go, we have Calamity Island right now. Because of that, the more you progress into the game, the more they will put like harder content in the game. And how to give a harder content in the game using the same character that you have? By just increasing their health. So right now, Calamity Island, you can see Esper's level 129. What the hell is that? Like, imagine how much health do they have? And you will definitely need poison in there. So I knew straight away that the more they add like more content into the game, poison are going to get stronger and stronger. So when Esper first came out, like I knew straight away this Esper is going to be OP. So that's the thing that you need to judge when you see Espers. Like you need to think about the future, like what kind of content that is coming into the future. I have the enough summary to get Yunchuan too, but not sure why he is so good yet. Yeah, the reason why he is so good is there are two reasons. Right now, the Divine Gate 6 of Yunchuan is very OP, and it is the developer team purposely built him like that. If you want to see, like check my community post, I did talk with the customer service, and they said that they purposely put the Divine Gate 6 on Yunchuan to be able to block 100% incoming damage. And I told them that, isn't that broken? Like imagine I have a Gaius that can deal like 100,000 damage to this Yunchuan, and because he is lucky, he blocked 100,000 damage. You know, like even the Sentinel Meteor, like even if Yunchuan is the only single Esper, like the only Esper that is still alive, that the Sentinel Meteor gonna deal like 500,000 damage to him. If he is lucky, he can block that damage. So that is the most overpowered part with Yunchuan. But I guess it's still quite okay because he is behind a paywall. So there are only a handful of players that can get Divine Gate 6 with Yunchuan. So he won't get his nerf coming up that soon because not many players are gonna complain when they meet Divine Gate 6 Yunchuan because it will only happen like once in a blue moon, you know. Once they have more players with Divine Gate 6 Yunchuan, then I can see where the problem is. Like later on in the near future, it will be a fight between Yunchuan versus Yunchuan, or Whales against Whales, you know, like in a very high tier PvP. But for us, like free-to-play players, we're probably not gonna see them. So yeah, there won't be a nerf coming soon. But the thing is that the thing that nobody expect happen to Yunchuan is that poison triggers his dog, you know. So it actually makes sense when his dog can get triggered by poison because the system in this game make use of the last targeting Esper. So for example, like here, my Jangman did the last hit on the last Esper. So on the winning screen, like my Jangman will get highlighted, you know, like as the winning Esper because she did the last hit. But what happens when the last hit damage comes from poison? Because I use poison a lot, so I knew that when the enemy died by poison, like because I use Ife together with Kara, I noticed that sometimes it was Ife who wins and sometimes it was Kara. So I noticed that, you know, when the enemy died by poison, the game system trace back to who applied that exact poison that made him die as the last winning damage. So the system actually can trace back to which Esper deals the damage using that poison. So because of that, Yunchuan's dog can trigger because Yunchuan's dog triggered whenever the enemy get hit by allies damage. So the triggers come because of that. So it's either the developer gonna fix that soon, or they will just let it happen because it's a system that has been there all along because they need that system to track who deals the last hit damage using that poison. So it's gonna be hard to fix that one because it's kind of like a built-in system into their poison system. Yeah, so that's why Yunchuan currently have that problem. So it's like it's a problem that cannot be dealt easily. So he probably will stay as he is for a longer bit of time. But if they decided that this is something that is not aligned with what they have in mind for their Yunchuan, then they will probably change that in the future, you know. So right now, what you need to have is just have Yunchuan ready because he is a really good Esper in Sentinel. I also already mentioned that even before Yunchuan came out, like even when his skill first came out, while nobody ever have Yunchuan yet, I already put the post and said that his best purpose is to be in Sentinel because his skill totally fits in Sentinel. Speed up teammates, speed down the boss, and then double miss rate up. This is the most important thing, you know, the double miss rate up. I have a video guide about Sentinel hunt, but it was in Indonesian. So when Sentinel first came out, I made a guide that told you that the most important buffs in Sentinel Hunt in the future will be critical resist and miss rate up, because like right now everybody, is it like similar to the 3-star archer die passive with the pull? You mean Hall? Hall. Not really. Hall, not really. Because Hall, I think Hall passive is when your teammates make a single target move. Yeah. So Hall's passive doesn't trigger using poison because it's a different condition. Hall's passive trigger when your ally make a single target move. So it is a specific move. But for Yun Chuan, as long as any of your allies deal damage to the enemy, to the enemy that has the third eye seal, then his follow-up will trigger. So it's a different condition. You see? So I'm doing only 5 million. I see, that's a difference. Hi Min Juan, welcome to the stream. Yes, do you have any question? While we are doing this temporal tower, we can talk a lot. Yeah. So here you go. So it's a different condition for both of them. So yeah. So Hall's passive doesn't trigger when you use AoE. So when you bring Hall, you actually want to have as many single target Esper as you have in your lineup, instead of having AoE, because AoE won't trigger Hall's passive. That's all. So yeah, back to Sentinel Hunt. So in Sentinel Hunt, currently, like the first time you do Sentinel Hunt, it will be a race of time. The race of time is all about, like, you deal as many damage as you can to the boss before he can use his meteor attack. So that's the first stage. Then after you have enough relic, this is going to be the fight for the high tier players. So they will fight on survival. So if you can survive getting hit by the meteor, it will be a race of survival. So you actually want to survive longer instead of dealing as much damage as possible as fast as you can. So the longer you can stay alive, but still, while still doing damage, okay? So you don't do like, bring all tanks, like all high defense, high HP Esper just to stay alive as long as you can without doing any damage, like you still need to do damage. I can argue definitely that in next minute. Hopefully there's an echo event. You either want to rush this before the nerf comes, or if you think that you won't be able to get that R2 that fast, then just keep it simple. Like do something that won't make you, how do you say, like spend a lot of effort into getting that, So just for me, like for example, I told my clubmates to just use the puzzle pieces. If you don't want to like spend golden records or wisdom into getting that Yun Chuan, just use the wish sticker, the one in your club's sticker. So you just use that together with your wisdom, and then you get that R2, and you don't really spend that much effort into getting that. So when the nerf comes, then you won't regret anything because you don't actually invest a lot into him anyway. So that's the thing about Yun Chuan. But if you can think that I can get this quite fast, then do make him fast, because you want to enjoy his broken R2 as much as you can. Yeah. So back to the Sentinel Hunt again. So the second phase about him for the high tier players is to survive the meteor while still dealing damage. So you want to be able to at least survive 1 or 2 meteors while still deal a lot of damage. So that's why Espers like Abigail, Sally, Gabriel, Berenice, all those Espers that can give a lot of buffs, can actually make you survive better, because you need to apply attack down to the boss while giving yourself defense up. So that will make the boss's damage like deal only like 3,000 or 4,000 damage. You can even go down down to 2,000 damage per meteor. So that will help you to survive longer. And the next phase, the next step that you need to do once everybody competes in that part, you know, dealing damage while being able to survive against the meteor. Oh yeah, before that, the way to survive meteor is also to get as the least amount of stack in the first wave, the first team. That's why you want Hall, Kara, Eve, all those poisons to stack in the first team, because you want him to get the least amount of stack as possible, because that stack will increase the boss's AP and also reduce his damage taken. Yeah, for that stack, you want that stack to be as low as possible, but that one is obvious enough by now, because everybody almost have the same first team in every single lineup. They almost have the exact same team. So if you want to ask me like what are the best lineup for the first team in Sentinel, it's gonna be Hall, Eve, Kara, Sally, and Bayondina. In my opinion, those are the best, you know. So yeah. If you want more explanation, then the first one will be Hall, Eve, Kara is obvious. You're gonna need to stack as many poison as possible in the least amount of time. And so with 3 of them, you can overstack the poison. That's easy. And then the next part, Bayondina, is also easy. You need like Dispel every single turn. You need that Dispel. And Bayondina is the only Esper that can permanently give buff blocker to the enemy right now, because she is the only one who has buff blocker on her first skill. That's Bayondina. So she is a must bring too. And the next one is Sally. The reason is because Sally is actually the most broken healer Esper in the game, and nobody realized that yet. It's easy to notice because when SSM came out, she is the Esper that is hidden behind that SSM. So you know something happens there. You know, yeah, that's my combat if I don't have her. Yeah, don't worry, you will get her soon. Yeah, she is OP. So when SSM came out, the developer put the strongest Esper in their element lineup behind the SSM. So you can actually cheat using that, like you can sneak behind the developer's mind when SSM came out. So Tricky, being the strongest win Esper because of his utility, he can actually kill every single cleanser in the game while keeping the enemy in check with the miss rate out, because miss rate out is still a huge deal, because a lot of people are stacking critical damage. So with miss rate up, if the enemy cannot deal critical damage, when they stack a lot of critical damage, they will deal like very low damage. That's the problem with critical damage, you know, like you deal like insane amount of damage, but the moment you fail to do a critical hit, then that damage will diminish by a lot. That's why there is like a debate between like whether you need to increase your attack or whether you want to increase your critical damage. In numbers term, increasing critical damage will yield a higher result, but it has a bigger risk, because the moment you fail to critical, then you will lose a lot of damage. So attack being like deal less damage than critical damage, but it's more stable because you will deal like almost the same damage whether you hit any other element, you know, whether you critical or not, or whether you deal any other elemental weakness or strength, you will deal almost the same damage. So that's the pros and cons of attack and critical damage. So that's why Tricky having like the most reliable miss rate up is the most broken win Esper in the game. So that's why him locked up behind the SSM for win. And then the next one is Lewis Inferno. Lewis is the strongest single target damage dealer in this game. Because he doesn't need to do anything to the enemy. Like if you think about Ophelia also deal like insane amount of single target damage, and if you compare her with Lewis, definitely Ophelia will deal more damage, but her damage comes from her defense down. The reason why she deals like insane amount of damage is because she applies defense down right before she does damage. So she does have a lot of requirement into doing her damage. But Lewis doesn't have that requirement. He can just keep punching the enemy, whether it's height, whether it's a boss, whether it's immune to debuffs, whether it has like, whether you don't have any buff or anything. Like Lewis doesn't have that requirement. He can just keep punching the enemy until they die. And it is quite obvious right now because of his Divine Gate. You can see that Lewis' Divine Gate make him really suitable for being the sole single target damage dealer Esper because of his ability to lifesteal using his first skill and his invincibility on his third skill. That makes him able to keep on fighting for a longer period of time compared to Ophelia. So Ophelia is like a glass cannon. You will deal a lot of damage in a single burst. Then you're gonna have trouble keeping her to stay alive. That's why her Divine Gate actually gives her shield. So if you notice, like all of the DPS Esper right now in their Divine Gates give them ability to survive. So Ophelia gets shield, Lewis gets invincibility, Gaius have his shield. So you notice that a lot of Espers in the legendary category, they get a survivability kit in their resonance or in their own skill kit. So they already planning to go towards that long battle that everybody is complaining right now. Like with the increase of HP in the point war, like the battle becomes longer and longer. But it's to be expected. They definitely don't want a game that will finish in like 1 or 2 turns. That will never make the game balanced, because there are some Espers that get stronger the longer the fight goes on, like for example Brewster, and there are Espers that can get benefit from like a short burst fight, like Ophelia, Gaius, and all those speed team that has been happening before 3.1.7. So that's Lewis. So the next one for the flow Esper, the flow Esper is Sally. You notice, you can see there should be something wrong with Sally if she becomes like the Esper that is hidden behind SSM. So it's easy to notice that she removes debuffs every time her allies moves. And the debuff that she removes doesn't take up the Esper's turn. That is the strength of Sally. So if the enemy only brings like controller, you will never ever get control if you have Sally in your team. The only time you can get past Sally if you give a lot of debuffs to the enemy, which most of the time is gonna be poison. So your teammates cannot get disabled whenever you have Sally in your team. And also, she heals 30% allies' HP every time they move. So Sally is not supposed to be put together in a tank team actually. So Sally is supposed to go with a speed team, because the faster your teammates move, the more they get healed by Sally. That's actually the hidden potential that Sally has. She can move as slow as she can, but her teammates need to keep on moving as fast as they can to get the most benefit out of Sally's heal. And she also have that damage reduction, which a lot of Espers don't have before Everett came out. and Jiang Juli, of course, but Jiang Juli is really hard to get because he is Xin. So now you can see further from there from the divine gate of Sally that she gets an even better damage reduction that gets active the moment she enters the fight. So see, you can see the favoritism of the developer team in those SSM Espers, you know. I have a recipe without try. It's good, she is OP now. Yeah, she is. That's right. I kind of need to use my brain a bit now because we are fighting height. This is the first wall of Temporal Tower. So you definitely want to bring Lewis here for fighting against height. But if you don't have Lewis, then you can use Sander, you can use Drew, any Inferno DPS should be good against height. I'm gonna bring Lewis here, and while he deals damage to height, I'm gonna need to control the enemy team to permanently stay down while I keep punching the height. So here we gonna bring Pritzker, my favorite. Oh yeah, I do have like a video in mind to come out later because I do have advice on how to build your rally. Like for example here, you know, like I have 6 accuracy relic here, not because they are really good for when you are stacking speed, but because you want these other relics to be a general relic, you know. Like if you have something like Pritzker that needs accuracy to land his debuffs, then if you want to put accuracy on every single one of his relic, then you need a specific relic just for him. He won't have the same relic for, let's say, like something like Asenat, you know, like Asenat also needs speed, but she doesn't need that accuracy. So her relic will look like something like this, you know, something like this, like defense bonus, HP bonus, and speed. There's no accuracy in here. So if you want them to have the same relic, then you can go like this, like what I do with my relic. You see, like my relic goes to find like as much speed as possible, and the stats doesn't matter, you know, because I get my accuracy stats just from this one. You see, so I'm looking for an accuracy main stat Windwalker with accuracy substats Windwalker. So with just one relic in here, I can get 100% accuracy. That's the reason why I have this accuracy relic. Not because I'm looking for the fastest speed on the other relic, because you don't really get the benefit of having that substats going into your speed, because it all depends on your luck, you know. So you can potentially go like 4 speed in here, like 5 maybe, if you can get lucky, like 5 on the other one. And in here you can also get 5, but what are the chances of that, you know? So in reality, you will have your speed spread out in all the other relics, and it all depends on your luck. So if you have something like this kind of relic, let's see, this kind of relic, like here, like I got a relic with speed and accuracy here, and I can just use this for Pritzker. This will open up this one, so I don't need to use accuracy here. So in here, I can actually go for speed, and I actually have a higher speed in here because I get a better luck on the other main stat, Windwalker in this case, you see. So you don't necessarily want the accuracy main stat on here just to get a better speed on the other one, because you can also get lucky on the other main stat on this slot for a higher speed, you know. But the whole reason that you want to have main stats accuracy on this one is to have the other relics the same as your other support. So you don't need to actually have accuracy on the other ones. You can just have put all of your accuracy in one single relic in here, and you can both have the same relic. Like right now I have Pritzker with this relic, so if I were to give this relic to Asena, I can just take all these 5 relics with this relic different, you know, and they can share the same relic just because of this one relic. That's why I can save a lot of money on building my relic, because I don't have relic for every single one of my Esper. I have relic for different purpose. So let's try this one first. I don't know if this can work, but yeah, let's just try. So yeah, for the SSM, the last one will be Raven. And that one is also really obvious. Like Raven is the strongest Esper in this game. I'm just gonna keep them dealing the least amount of damage to my teammates by keeping them in check using my Pritzker while killing them slowly. I need to save as much health as possible in this first wave, and then the second wave, and then the third wave. So Pritzker is really good right now, because here is something for you to think about. You see, his Divine Gate 6 give him an extra speed down for 2 turns, 60% chance to the enemy. But his passive, do you even notice that if a target is incapacitated, inflicting a debuff will extend all their ability cooldowns by 1 turn? A debuff! So this speed down will trigger his passive. So with just his third skill, he can inflict 2 times 3 cooldown up with his third skill alone. You know, that's why Pritzker is like the borderline legendary Esper. Like you can just put him into a legendary Esper and nobody will complain, because he is supposed to be legendary. Here you want to deal with the Bardon first, because Bardon will keep on attacking you when you deal damage to the enemy will half health. Like right now, I can just kill this Bardon, but the thing is that if I hit this Bardon will counter me. So I need to deal damage to this Bardon, so he won't counter me. Yeah, that's why it's so OP from Blitzker. Yeah, exactly. Now, we just gotta have to deal with the other Bardon. Once the Bardon is dealt with, then you can just deal with the other ones safely, you know. Like there, I'm stunning the Asena, so she doesn't heal her teammates and kill the Sender first because he is paper. So now, I'm just gonna deal slowly with the rest, and I can just trigger happy with Pritzker a stun, because this only has 3 turns cooldown. What the hell? You know, that's how OP Pritzker is. Now I can just save my skill and just kill this one slowly, so that my skill will all up on the third wave. Okay. So as usual, immunity, most important thing the first time. Then stun everyone, hopefully they got stunned, they are. And then give AP up so that we can move, and then kill the this one, the hive. No. The thing is that you might ask that, later on Cecilia will revive Hyde. But here's the thing, like you want to kill Hyde once, so he will trigger his passive first. There's a trick into dealing with Hyde. You want him to trigger his passive first, so he no longer can revive himself. So let's see. Like take this for an example. He currently have 9 stacks. So if let's say he keeps his stack at 9 until he die, then he will only recover like 9% health. And then after that we can kill Cecilia, and they won't revive Hyde. And then after that, when we kill Hyde, he will die with that 9% HP. That's Hyde. But if you don't kill him right now, then when you kill Cecilia, both of them, they will give 20 stacks to Hyde. So when he died the first time later on, he will have 29 stacks and he will go up to 29% health. You want to actually reduce his health first for now, if you can, that is. So if you cannot do that, then it's just slowly kill the Cecilia first, because they will heal Hyde. Right now, let's see who gonna move first. Yeah, I think my Pritzker gonna move before this one. I cannot click this part. I don't know why. I cannot see who gonna move next. So let's just hit the Hyde. Yeah, we reduce his AP because currently Hyde is a boss, so he cannot. He can only be dealt with AP down. So we're gonna give this one defense down to everyone, because in case that Donar can move later on, I don't want him to deal damage to me. So by reducing his defense, he will deal less damage because his damage comes from defense. So by giving him defense down, it actually reduces his damage outcome. So now I need to stun the Donar. He doesn't see, I failed. But because he has defense down, so I don't need to be afraid by his damage, see? Because of the defense down, you see? Defense down is really useful against Donar, if you can manage to land that one. So see, he got revived only by 12% HP. So now it's time for you to kill the Cecilia there. Yeah, this is bad. Okay, so let's see if I can deal with this. Let's go. Kill Cecilia now. Oh no, this is bad. This Donar will kill me. Yeah, that Donar will kill me. That Donar will kill me. Hopefully I can survive with shield. Let's just see. Okay, I can survive with shield. There's another way into dealing with Hyde actually. Like right now, Hyde deals a ton of damage, so I can change my strategy to deal with him. So I should be killing him first. Let's see. It's gonna take a while. And then, almost, yeah. So here we go. I need to deal with the Hyde first. Oh no, this is bad. Yeah, this is bad. Okay. So we're gonna go for the next slide. Yeah, we failed there because we failed to keep the donor in check. Very heights primary and secondary stats. If you ask me if I ever have a height, because I don't have height, then I will go for attack percent, defense percent, and HP percentage. If I ever have a height, you know, I will give him every single stats. And then his Una 2, I will actually give him critical rate. That's my height build. Is 3% or critical damage? No, I don't actually gonna give him critical damage. My height won't have any critical damage. This one. Yeah, my height won't have any critical damage. There is something that you should realize later. Oh, actually, by now, because there is something important that is going to come in the future, which is Shade Mother. So when Shade Mother come out, everybody will realize that their current build is going to change like 180 degrees when that Shade Mother come out. Because a lot of people are looking for that critical rate, critical damage, substats, which is gonna be overshadowed by attack bonus, HP bonus, and defense bonus later on once Shade Mother come out, because of the amount of stats that you can get from their booster. You know, so in the future later when Shade Mother come out, you actually want your relic to have more attack bonus, defense bonus, and HP bonus compared to something else like resist, accuracy, critical damage, and critical rate. Because all those stats cannot get increased by booster. So by having those stats in your substats, you actually block your Espers into getting additional stats from the booster that the Shade Mother will bring you later in the future. Yeah. So it will still be, relevant. Like, like if you are a DPS, then stacking as much critical damage as possible will still yield a higher damage in total later on. But in a balanced stats, in a balanced situation, like if you are not a glass cannon DPS, then you want to have attack bonus more than a critical damage. Well, it's still better if you can have like attack bonus together with the critical damage in the same substats, but you need to always have that attack bonus in every single relics that you have, because you want that attack bonus to get increased by the booster. So as long as you have the attack bonus, even though you don't have any substats on it, like when you upgrade your relic, it doesn't go to your attack bonus at all. You only need that attack bonus there to be able to get increased by the booster. So the ideal substats for the relic later on in the future is to have attack bonus and critical bonus in the same substats, but all your lucky roll when you're upgrading the substats should go all the way to the critical damage. Hopefully all 5 of them goes into critical damage. Right now, like a lot of players, like they they keep looking for that critical rate, critical damage relic, even if they have like defense flat or HP flat in their other substats. But as long as they can roll like probably 3 times into critical damage and then 2 times into critical rate, and they will like, wow, this relic is good. Yeah, it won't be that good later when Shade Mother come out. because of that, the attack bonus booster. So yeah, here I changed my strategy. I will just keep on killing Hyde, even though he will get revived by Cecilia, because when he gets revived, his stack won't increase. So he won't be any problem to me as long as he is down. Like right now, when he come out again, I can just kill him again, and he will stay at the same stack as he is when he died. That's another strategy you can do with while dealing a Hyde. It is only applicable because the current Hyde comes together with 2 Cecilia. I think the previous Temporal Tower, the Hyde doesn't come with Cecilia. So yeah. So there you go. We are done with this. So as long as you bring like Sander and Lewis, like you can deal enough damage to kill all of them. And you need a healer and definitely Gabriel. Gabriel is also one of the espers that you need to bring in any situation, because her kit is really strong and she is free. So people always, like most of the players, always neglect Gabriel just because she is free. Like they like to be unique compared to the other players. But the thing is that this is like playing a chess. You don't really want uniqueness. You use espers like tools. They are your tools. Like you change them when needed. You don't like force your way to keep using only Gaius in every single content that you have. Like that's the first mistake that everybody do when Gaius first came out. Like they just clear every single content with Gaius, and then now they cannot live without their Gaius. That's a problem. Wait, what was my team before this? I kind of forgot. This one. They need to move before each other. And who's the other one? I forgot. Who is my other damage dealer? Let's just use this. Wait, is my Eve have her relic on? I think so. She has a... Oh no, my Oli doesn't have relic. Yeah, you can easily see which one have relics based on their speed. Let's just give Oli back his relic. Let's go. Actually, Oblivious relic, but give it to Oli. Go. So this one okay, Ife is okay, Pandora is okay, Tricky is okay. Let's go. Let's just clean this with this team.
If you want to take the other side of my bet, prepare to lose.
Oh yeah, what was I talking about? Like before we talk about all these espers. Oh yeah, Sentinel. I was talking too much that we actually sidestep into a lot of different things. So yeah, back to Sentinel again. So Sentinel, the first phase was you need to deal as much damage as possible before you get hit by the meteor. The second phase, no, the phase that I'm talking about is not the first team, second team, or third team, okay? This is the phase for a new player a veteran player, and then for whales, you know. So for new players, you need to deal as much damage as possible before you get hit by meteor, because the moment you get hit by meteor, that's it, your whole team just die. So the second phase is for veteran players. You compete on how long can you survive while still dealing a lot of damage. So at most, like, you want to at least survive like 1 or 2 meteor hits, and by doing that, you need to keep the sentinel with the least amount of stack in the first team. So there we go, and I already told you the best team for doing that. So with the least amount of stack, the sentinel will move slower, and then he will deal. He will get more damage from your attack. So that's the purpose of the stack in the first team. So there you go. You need to deal as much damage as possible while surviving like at least 1 or 2 meteor. So there you need like espers with defense up, attack down, and barrier to survive the meteor hit, while still removing your misrate debuff from the boss or from the minions, so that you can still deal damage, because if you get inflicted by the misrate up, then your damage will suffer a lot. So while keeping all those things, and also still putting buff blocker all the time to the boss, because the boss will get attack up and critical rate up if he doesn't get hit, if he doesn't have a buff blocker. So it will increase his damage, and he will still able to die with his meteor, even though you have like defense up and barrier. So you need to play around with debuffs and buffs. So you need to have all those complete buffs and debuffs in your second and third team, and that's how you compete in the veteran level. And then after that, we're gonna go to the whale level. Once you have all those buffs and debuffs put together, everybody will come out with almost a similar lineup at that point in time. So there, an extra buff that you can put and debuffs that you can put to the boss is misrate up and critical resist, because there is actually one more aspect of the boss that a lot of people neglect. It is that if the boss deals critical damage to you, he will put 2 debuffs instead of 1. So he will put double the amount of debuffs to you, and his debuffs, the one that you see on top of your character every time you deal with Sentinel Hunt, actually reduce your healing taken and also your barrier taken. So if you can diminish the amount of debuffs that you take, then you can survive even longer. So that's why the last buffs and debuffs that you need to put in your lineup is misrate up for the boss, and then critical resist for your team. So we already see a double misrate up from Yunchuan. That's why Yunchuan is very strong in Sentinel Hunt, because he can put double misrate up. The first one is from the misrate up itself, the debuff, the actual misrate up debuff. The second one is from his third eye seal. His third eye seal gives a different misrate up debuffs. So they both can stack together at the same target, on the same target. So with that, you can reduce the critical rate that the boss can deal to you, which makes you get like slower debuff stacks, and that will make you stay alive longer in the Sentinel Hunt. So the last thing, so now everybody already use Yunchuan, they already know about that. So the last thing that they need to put is just to find someone that can reliably put a critical resist into their lineup. Currently, there are only 2 Espers that can do that, which is Laura and Meredith. And both of them are not really a good Esper for Sentinel, because they don't contribute much to the damage that you can deal to the Sentinel. So if you don't have, like, let's say you don't have Abigail, you don't have SD, you don't have like all those legendary Espers that are really, really good in Sentinel Hunt, you can actually try to replace them with the current Laura and Meredith. Because currently Laura gets a buff, like her skill change in 3.1.7, which makes her use her own maximum HP when giving shield to her allies. So instead of using the allies HP, it is a huge buff, you know, for Laura, because like before 3.1.7, the only thing that is holding me back from building my Laura is that her shield depends on her allies' health. But what I want her to give is to give shield to my DPS. I don't need shield for my already tanky Esper. I need shield for my paper Esper. So her purpose doesn't cover that part. So that's why I've been holding back into building Laura. But right now, because Laura skill change, then she is currently a really good candidate for building up for me. Well, for any of you, you can hear this, you know. For all of you, if you want to build your Laura, now is the time. Because she will give a ton of shield every single turn. And that is really, really strong. Because that shield also comes with critical resist up if she manages to land use her third skill. And with the critical resist up, that means the enemy will do critical damage less to you. And with every other players using critical damage, like stacking a lot of critical damage, their damage will suffer a lot. And while their damage suffers a lot, that means your shield will not get broken by their attack. And every time your Esper move, that shield will get refreshed. So potentially you can stay alive without even get your health reduced at all, because all the damage will get, like, you know, covered up by the shield every single time. That's the potential of Laura in a high-end game. But other than that, she doesn't bring anything else to the table. So she only offers like infinite amount of shield. So if you can squeeze her into your lineup in like certain content, like probably Sentinel or probably PvP, if you are like, you know, already have 4 good Espers that can, like, you know, synergize very well, and you don't really need the flip Esper, you can bring Laura. You know, forget. Too bad about the Pandora nerf. I always pulled for her, but I got her exactly right. I think she got nerfed. It's not exactly a nerf, you know. It's a buff and a nerf altogether. The reason is because, like, right now, you see, like, her damage coming out every single turn is actually quite good and also quite bad, because there is a pros and cons into that thing, you know. Like previously, you need to wait for 2 turns until she can deal her damage, and by that time, if the enemy can manage to cleanse your debuff, then your Pandora deals 0 damage. But right now, her damage comes every single turn, so even though she deals like 30% damage, in the end, once those 2 turns finish, then she will still deal the same amount of 50% damage to the enemy. And the thing is that because right now the debuff, Pandora's debuffs work the same as just like a poison damage. So this is, just imagine this is like a stronger version of poison. It deals damage every single turn, and the damage is 30% maximum HP. So it's a stronger version of poison. So they change it. If I were the programmer, I will just change the Pandora's box effect to be the same as poison, and that's it. And this is what we have right now. But because it works the same as poison, you can increase the duration. So like right now, if you notice that, okay, I put Tricky to move first before Pandora. So if my Tricky moves after Pandora, I can increase the Pandora's box debuff duration into 3 turns. I'm going for Asenath right R6 right now. With the tickets to buy her now, it's going to be easier. Exactly. I'm also aiming for Asenath because Asenath Define Gate 6 is really good. And because she is a Simmer Esper, so she worth a lot more for you to get from the shop instead of like going for Sender or any other epic espers there, because the other epic espers you can just get them from the golden record, especially if you're saving up like 750 golden records, then you will definitely max your sender in there. But you probably won't be able to max out your Asenath, so yeah, go for Asenath in the shop for that. Yeah, you didn't know what you didn't know, the Asenath thingy. I made for extra Gabriel, hoping I would be able to buy her with legendary ticket. But she is buyable with normal ticket, so it's fine as well. Ah, okay. Yeah, it was a thing back then, right? Making a copies of the Fusion Esper. Yeah, they block you from doing that now. So it was a thing in the past. But even though it's a good thing to get, you know, the currency to buy things from the shop, like I think for me personally, like I think it's a waste of effort, because you need to spend a lot of effort and stamina into building all those copies, while the stamina you can actually use them for grinding relics and desolate lands instead. You know what I mean? Yeah, forcing my tickets for poor. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, what was I talking about before Arsenal? I forgot. Oh yeah, about Pandora. Okay. Okay, I'll keep Pandora for later. But Lucas Arcid as well this update. That's great, but comes up the really made it hard. Yeah, Lucas Arcid is something that everybody overcomes, you know, like everybody been like so loud about the ritual changes that they forgot, like Lilith gave us a lot of free stuff, you know. They gave us tons of Nexus Crystal from the story mode. They gave us like free golden records from all those story modes too. And then they basically gave us a lot of freebies. Like, you know, the moment 3.1.7 hits, everybody got like around 60 extra golden records, and nobody says thank you to Lilith. Like, what the hell, guys? You know, like we got a lot of freebies from them, and they only sound their complaint about the ritual changes. Like we got free Lucas to Define Gate 6, like that's a lot, you know. Like if you were to pull Lucas by a normal way, using a normal way with the golden record, I don't know how long it will take for you to get that Divine Gate 6 Lucas. So yeah, all those free things are something that they gave us, but you know, like the ritual thingy is like, you know, what do you say? Like covering all of those good things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it will be almost impossible. Exactly. Because it's going to be great for Temporal. Yeah. Like right now. Like the problem with Lucas previously, even though everybody has Lucas from the the spatial tower, when they first cleared their spatial tower, everybody got a free Lucas, but his skill is not reliable. So that's why not a lot of people are using Lucas, because his dispel is not reliable. Like if you want to reliably dispel like enemies buffs, then you better off use Tricky, you better off use Raven, you better off use Dalen. You know, like Lucas' dispel is not reliable. Then his AP down is also not reliable. And then his stun is also, wait, his stun is actually the only one that is okay. So that's the thing about Lucas. So he is not to be used. If you were to compare him with other Dispeller or other controller, he is not exactly the main controller. So like you see like here in my lineup, like Eve is not an actual controller, Tricky is not an actual controller, so they are like half controller, half controller. But because I have two of them, I can reliably stun the enemy team. So if I were to bring like this one, it changed to Pritzker. Pritzker is the most reliable stunner. So if he failed to stun the enemy, then I have my backup stunner. So that's the thing about Lucas. Lucas is not the main controller, he is the backup controller in your lineup. So when you bring Lucas in your lineup. Yeah. So right now, with everybody having Define Gate 6 Lucas, he will be useful because right now you have something that other Espers don't have, which is like the extra bonus stats from the Divine Gate 1 and I think 3. Yeah, the stats come from Divine Gate. Oh no, 3 and 5. Divine Gate 3 and 5 gives you extra stats, and then all the bonus from Divine Gate 2, 4, and 6 is also a nice addition for Lucas. So Lucas now becomes like, you know, a more reliable version of secondary controller. Most people complain about gold trackers, but I get several gold trackers per day with events and everything. Yeah, exactly. 750 gold trackers saved in about 4 months or so. Yeah, that's why. You know, like we won't be able to save up this many golden records as a free-to-play players if really is not generous with all their events and all the things that they gave us, you know. That's why I'm always someone that looks into the positive side of everything. So I'm always, I'm always grateful of every event that Lilith came up with, you know. So in every change that they do, I always try to think about, you know, what's the reason why they do this. But because we have the same brain waves, me and the Lilith developer team, like I know where they are going with their Esper, you know. That's why. Oh yeah, I mentioned this just now, right? You need to think about this game as a chess. So you don't want to favoritism like just several Espers. You want them to be like your tools. You use this when countering this Esper. You use this when dealing with this Esper. So you are playing like rock paper scissors kind of thing, you know. Like for example, every time the enemy brings a tanky Esper, like probably Everett, Abigail, Jiang Julie, like all those Esper that doesn't have clans and doesn't have immunity, I will always counter them using Eve in PvP. And then when I see a Gabriel and Clara in the same team, I always bring Tricky. And then whenever I see Hyde, I always bring Lewis. So it's just a game of strength and weakness. It's a game of countering here and there, countering this Esper with this Esper, countering this Esper with this Esper, you know. So that's how you play this game, you know. So the only thing that matters when you think about it, you know, when you can think like what I did just now, the only thing that matters in this game is which Esper do you prioritize leveling up first, because your material is finite. You know, like you have limited amount of materials to use every time you progress. Like right now, I have enough materials to actually upgrade like 3 Espers from level 1 to maximum. But the thing is that I don't want to do that. Like even for some Espers that I have, I keep them at level 50 because I don't need them at level 60. You know, like Espers, some Espers, for example, like Heng Ye, I don't need Heng Ye at level 60 because the only benefit that she gets from being level 60 is harder to kill. It doesn't increase her utility, it doesn't increase her like her heal, it doesn't increase any of her abilities. So for those kind of espers, I keep them at level 50. So to make use to save materials so that I can upgrade other espers. So the only thing that matters is your prioritize. Now, which esper do you level up first to help you finish the content in this game? So when you first started playing this game, you want to level up espers that can clear as many contents as possible just by upgrading that single esper. So, yeah. So, like for example, like when I first played this game, I can clear every single content by just upgrading Chloe and Berenice. Those are the only two espers that I upgraded to level 60 at the start of the game, because I can clear almost every single content with two of them, both of them, you know. Because Berenice, if you upgrade her, and I first saw Berenice kit, I also I already knew like this is like one of the rare esper that you want to be used like even after like a very late game, because the other esper that can give barrier that high is only Clara and then Laura, and Laura back then gives a percentage friend as HP as shield, and Clara is limited to 35% of your allies HP as shield. But Berenice used her own HP as shield. She was the only one who is doing that thing, you know. So her shield doesn't have a limit. You know, you can have like your teammates, like if you like when I was leveling like a level 1 Esper, my Esper health all in white. It was all white color because my Berenice was level 60, and they cannot die even at level 1 because of Berenice shield. So yeah, so that's the thing. Like if you don't need to level up your Esper beyond level 60, you know, don't waste your material, you know, because your material is still limited. You still need to be able to level up your other Esper. Even though you don't use them, you might eventually gonna use them. Like for example, like Joser, you know, Joser, Alexa. Like it was really funny, you know. I have a funny story. Like 1 month before 3.1.7 hit, I actually was building Joser and Alexa because I knew like they were totally useless, and because I have so much material and I don't need any other new espers to build, I was browsing through my relics and I actually found the perfect relic for my Joser. And I was thinking like, you know, I'm gonna build my Joser, like making him a really good, even though I have no use for him now, but eventually there might come a time where I will be using him, you know. Like probably if he has a perfect relic, like I can still use him for probably some niche holo battle, you know, having like if I need someone tanky that cannot be disabled, you know, because the perfect relic that I have for my Joser actually is only consists of defense bonus and defense flat and then resist. So my Joser have 100% resist, which is currently like become useless because with the 3.1.7 they actually make Joser immune to debuffs, so my build become useless now. But it was a good thing, like I already planned to build Joser, so when 3.1.7 hits, like I was already looking at Joser, so that's why I knew like straight away that hey, I can use Joser to kill APEP. That was a funny story, you know, because I was like keeping him on my radar. Yeah, I built my Joser, I'm doing obviously now 100% doing raid. Yeah, that's fine. So if you know, like right now with these things that keeps happening in the game, you already can guess the things that is inside the developer's mind. They want to make every single Esper useful, you know. they want them to have their purpose. They want have each one of them to have their own place. Like Hall was almost useless before Sentinel came out, you know. And now he is like a staple for every a Sentinel lineup. And then now comes the time for Joser, and then Meredith also a really good, nice like change of pace, you know. Like Meredith also with her captain skill change, she becomes a really useful Esper for Dislyte lanes and also for Fafnir and also any other content that requires healer DPS, because Meredith is a healer that can deal a lot of damage because she deals percentage HP damage. And like what I said previously, that the longer you play this game, the more they will add harder content, and that means a higher amount of HP on your enemies. So percentage HP damage will become more and more relevant in the future, and there where it comes the time for Meredith to shine. And actually right now you can already see her shine right now. Pretty good. They did find this update. Yeah, Meredith was the reason I didn't get the event together. Yeah, I didn't, when I first started playing this game, the Meredith event was already over. So only after like couple of months I played this game, then I just found out that, oh, Meredith was locked. It was like you can only get her from event like a really long time ago. So when they first put Meredith into a golden record and you are able to get her, then I tried her out and she was quite okay because the current content doesn't require a percentage HP damage from a healer. But I knew that in the future she will be useful because I play around with poison. So everything that deals percentage HP damage will always be something that I keep in my mind. Because the harder the content will get, the more you will rely on those kind of Esper. Like right now, I am inseparable with my Ife. Because like you see, like right now, no matter how strong the enemy, no matter how weak they are, in 10 turns or so, they will die. They will all die because they get percentage HP damage from my Ife. So whether they have like 10,000 HP, whether they have like 1 million HP, in 10 rounds they will all die from Ife. So by bringing Ife in every single one of my PvE content, he makes my run like constant, you know, like I can clear my run constantly. It's not fast, it's not slow, but I don't need to change my team for whatever reason. So I don't need to put relics on my other Espers because I just bring Ife in every single one of my PvE run. Oh yeah, that's another thing that like my habit, you know, like my habit is to never put relics into my Espers. You know, relic is something that the same thing as how I treat my Espers. You know, like relics are tools. I don't build relics for specific Espers up until recently because all of them shares the same relics. I can just put every relics in every single Esper, like they just share in between them, you know. So that way I don't have favoritism and I don't limit myself into, you know, this Esper, I mean this relic is for this Esper. So if I have the exact Esper, I mean the Esper that use the exact same relic as this guy, I need to build a new set of relic, like this exact same set of relic. No, I don't limit myself to something like that, you know. Hopefully there were more events like the Feud to build relics, since most of the relics are not the ones we need. I only have like 4 attack sets now. I've been playing heavily since day one. Yeah, that's the thing, like the sets is limited. Like it depends on your luck. Like I have a video about the relic and then the probability, the relic changes for 3.1.7, and I actually explain a lot about the probability of your relic drops over there. So if you want to watch them. So the things about relic is that, you know, sometimes you think that you want to get that perfect DPS relic, but actually if you are in need of DPS relic, then you can actually make use of every other set of relics aside from War Machine and the Thor relic. Oh yeah, this is another wall that I need to overcome. Yeah, this one I need to have a specific team lineup for this one. Okay, so this is another wall that you need to overcome. Unas. Yeah. So the first one is height, the second one is Unas. When dealing with Unas, you need to have Gabriel and Clara, because you need to survive longer than him, and then you need someone who can put buff blocker on the enemy, hopefully. And Pandora is always gonna be there because he deals percentage XP damage. So I need someone who can buff block, or I can just kill them one by one with Lewis. Yeah, this is also one of the options. Like I can either kill them one by one, or I can deal with them all together. So let's bring a controller here, and instead of Lewis, I do want to have something that can reliably stay alive, which is, who can stay alive when left alone? The reason why you need a DPS here instead of, like, you know, a poison, because Unas is a boss, so you cannot kill him with debuffs. So you need to actually hit him in order to kill him. So maybe there's Liling and Tang Xuan. So I need Inferno Esper. Maybe Lewis. or maybe I can bring Drew. Let's just bring Drew. Yeah, this is okay. So this one. Let's see that video. Okay, like it's a quite a long video because I talk a lot of technical thing in there. But if you can understand all of them, then it can be really useful. But it's something that already, like, you know, doesn't matter anymore right now. Let's see if I can kill him. Yep, I can. I need to somehow concentrate a little bit doing this. Yeah, I can understand it. I think very passionate about this game. Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing. If you're passionate, then you don't mind spending a little extra time to get more knowledge about this game. That's the thing, you know. Like if you can, that's why I keep telling people, like whenever they play games, do not get overexcited about a game, because you can easily get burned out if you get overexcited when playing a game. Like, you know, you spend every single effort, every single time, like thinking about that game at the start of the game. But then when your interest diminishes just by a little bit, then you will already feel burned out, and the effort that you did, you will feel that, you know, everything is kind of like tiring. And that's when everybody usually quit playing a game. So whenever you play a game, like try to keep your enthusiasm in moderation. You know what I mean? You know, it's really, I don't usually stick so much into this game. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, so you want to keep your enthusiasm in moderation while still like learning the game slowly. So don't get over like like for example like some of my friends when Sentinel came out, they were like like doing all their can to try to get like as high amount of high score as possible. And then once they hit the wall, then it's just like a grind fest for them every single day. It's just like the same thing over and over again. And then that comes like a time when you get bored of it, When you just progress slowly, like one by one in the content, you will see yourself, hey, I'm getting better a little bit. Hey, I'm getting better a little bit. That can actually, keep you interested in playing the games for longer. Yeah, I have bought like 6 monthly passes of 5 USD and 2 packs with a monthly rewards. It's not that much, but I love supporting something I love. Yeah. It's a good thing, Like, if you want to support the game, nothing better than spending money on them. That will help the developer a lot. So here, the only one that is not stunned is the Ascendant. So I will stun the Ascendant here. And I failed. I don't think I can kill them in one single hit. So I'm just gonna use the second skill first on that one. I'm gonna keep Ascendant like very low for my Drew to be able to jump and then kill the rest in one single shot. There we go. That's low enough. So I'm gonna jump using Drew's third skill on that one. So here I'm gonna hit the others to keep them low. Now let's jump up. There we go. Yeah, this is why. This is a game of chess. Even though I have so many legendaries, I'm not neglecting Drew, because Drew have a different kit that he has, he still have some use in some like situation like this right now. Nobody can ever replace his jump, his third skill in that case just now, because his jump ignores defense. It's a true damage. His third skill deals, ignores defense. So when I was dealing with this kind of PvE content, like a lot of the enemies have high health and high defense, his damage is a lot. Like just now, I can kill both Tang Xuan and who is the other guy? I even forget. Lin Xiao, together with Ascendant, just using that third skill. So that's good. I think they should improve Sentinel. I think it just feels a little boring together. There should be like a monthly everything. That's exactly what I thought. When Sentinel first came out, I didn't invest a lot on Sentinel because I thought, hey, this is a nice content that they come up with, and it's called Sentinel Hunt. So it's not called the Star-Lord Hunt. It's called Sentinel Hunt. So they should come up with a new Sentinel for us to hunt in the future. Just like Ritual, there are 3 Ritual bosses. So they should come up with a different one in the future later on. So that's why when it first came out, I told everybody, hey, don't level up your Hall above level 50. But right now, because Sentinel Hunt already been going on for a long time, so if you want to get higher high score in there, then you definitely need to level up all of your Espers, your lineup in there to level 60 to deal as much damage as possible. But when it first came out, I told everybody, don't level up the Espers that is not useful in any other content just for your Sentinel Hunt, because in the future they will come up with a different boss. There will come a rotation. Like this month there will be a Dark Star Lord, then next month probably a like Sun Star Lord, like that, like Sun Lord or something, you know. So that's yeah, that's how you deal with Unas, you know. So bring Drew, like any Inferno Esper actually can work, you know, but Drew just make things faster because you kill 3 Espers in one go, 3 enemies in one go. So let's go back to our usual lineup here. Where is it? Only this one, and then Ricky. Yep. Let's go. So let's just auto this again until we reach the next wall.
I win.
Okay, this is how you deal with the temporal tower. You know, just bring poison. Just bring poison and a well-balanced team, and you can clear every single stage except for a couple of stages. That's why I had a video for the temporal tower 30, 40, and 50, I think. Yeah, I forgot the number because they keep changing the place where all the espers are. Like the height was at floor 30 last month, and this month he is at floor 25. So they just rotate the location, but every time it's always the same. You will find height as boss, you will find Unas as boss, you will find Jiangyuli as boss, and then the last one is always the same. Yeah, temporal tower 50 is always the same. Yeah. So you only need to deal with those things. So that's the wall that you need to overcome in temporal tower. And you already seen how I deal with each one of them. You know, for height, you just keep punching him until he die. Like I killed him 3 times just now. And then for Unas, you need to bring Gabriel, and for my case is Clara. You need to bring a defender, you know, someone that can keep your team alive, because they will deal a lot of AoE damage, and you need to definitely bring Gabriel there for the defense up and immunity, so you can slowly deal damage to them. Unas is probably, for some players, is probably the easiest one among those 3, but for some players probably Unas is the hardest, depending on which espers you have. Like again, this game is a game of chess. If you don't have the pawn that you need, then you will have a harder time compared to other players. Yeah. So for Sentinel, because it's been going on for a long time. So yeah, if you want to compete with the high score, then definitely just upgrade all the espers that you need in Sentinel Hunt. But I do expect them to come up with the new Sentinel Hunt, you know, in the future. Like probably like Sun Lord. It's the opposite of Dark Star Lord, you know. You get what I mean? Yeah. But that's the thing, like, you know, like you can already see where the content is going on, so you can plan for that future when it actually comes. So the prioritize when you upgrade your Esper will just need to, you know, keep going on with what you think is best in your mind. So right now, like, because I'm currently in the nice position right now, because my relic is quite enough for every single Esper that I have to rotate with each other. Like in theory, like you see, like we only able to bring like 5 Espers. So in theory, you don't need more than 5 sets of DPS relics, because the 6 sets will never ever see the sunlight. You know, if you have 5 perfect DPS set relics, you just need to rotate those 5s between all of your DPS espers. You don't need more than 5. You know, hopefully Shadow Mother is going to be interesting. And then there's the server suit. Yeah. And when they have the leak on the Shade Mother, this is something that is interesting. When they put the leak of the Shade Mother picture, we can see like 3 Jinyu out there and like 2 other different espers, you know. So they might come up with a co-op version of the game, you know. So I'm looking forward to that. If it really is a co-op game, then we are looking at like really interesting content, because now you need to work together with your friends to be able to clear Shade Mother, you know, and that is going to be the wall that everybody gonna need to overcome, because a lot of players who play alone without interacting with their club, like, you know, like there are people who jump around clubs here and there, like trying to get better and get better, without like finding, like, you know, friend like that can reliably play together with you. So if Shade Mother really come out as a co-op content, then you need to find that friend that can grind with you every day to go to Shade Mother, because Shade Mother gives a lot of difference in boost stats. Because right now I think the highest stat goes up to 9%, and for Shade Mother you can go up until 12%, I guess. So it's gonna be a lot of difference. And because if they make the Shade Mother, like the grind, really that hard, so people who can actually grind Shade Mother will like be much stronger compared to players who cannot grind Shade Mother because of that difference, you know. So yeah, Shade Mother will be very important. So get your materials ready, like don't spend it too much in the current content. Like if you think that, like right now, oh, this is another thing that, you know, I always think about. Like every time people do ritual or desolate, not desolate, but ritual, temporal tower, and all those things that have timer, you know, like people, because they don't have anything to compete about in this game except for the PvP content. So if they want to compete in the PvE content, they try to clear something as fast as they can. But for me, it's something that is like actually quite useless, because there is no reward from clearing something really fast, you know. Like for example, like ritual, like a lot of people are competing. I can clear ritual within 20 seconds. But for me, like I was asking the question, why? Do you even get a better relic by clearing that fast? Like I don't mind spending like 3 minutes clearing rituals, as long as I don't need to spend extra materials into upgrading my Espers. You get what I mean? So I can save a lot of materials by not upgrading my Espers, as long as I can reliably clear rituals every day, grinding them. You know, so even though it takes a long time to clear, but I don't mind, you know, because the content will change in the future. So when Shade Mother come out later on, that is something that you need to think about, you know. What is Shade Mother going to drop? It's going to drop the booster, you know, but because Shade Mother is only one, then the booster for every single relic will all combine into that one place, which is going to make getting the exact relic that you want much harder. Oh yeah, this is another tips from me. So like right now, I remember I was talking about this, but I stopped because we changed it to another topic. But I mentioned, I said just now that, you know, if you are in need of that DPS relic, you don't actually necessarily need to always have the War Machine and the Thor relic for your DPS. If you find a good substats from your Snow Dowager, like if you find a Snow Dowager with a substat like attack bonus, critical rate, critical damage, and speed on 4 of them, like Una 1, 2, 3, 4, go use them, even though it's Snow Dowager. The reason is because all those boosters that you will get from Desolate Lands, even before Shade Mother, all those boosters that you get from for your Snow Dowager will go into a waste because you don't have a DPS Snowdowager, you know. So when Shade Mother come out, it will be even harder to grind like 5 sets of War Machine booster. And especially if you want to get that exact 12% bonus, you need to keep retrying on your booster in just one relic to get that 12%. So you need a lot of them just for all 5 of your War Machine set relics. If you have different relic sets like Snowdowager, like Tyranny, Astral, you know, you actually want to have a different one for each of your DPS. You know, so like let's say I bring 5 DPS Espers here. One of them use War Machine, one of them use Thor, one of them use Astral, one of them use Snowdowager, one of them use Tyranny of Zeus. Imagine how easy it is for me to boost every single one of them using my booster rune, because I will get every single one of them from my Dislyte run, and none of the boosters will go to waste because every single one of my Espers use different set of relics. So every single boosters that I have will go into every single one of my relics. You get what I mean? You know. So that's how you actually want to build your relic. I actually plan to build to make a video about this, like how to build your relics. But because I don't have the time to do that, like it actually needs quite some editing and, you know, a lot of preparation to do. Because if I want to make like a tutorial video, not a tutorial, like more of like a guide, a video to guide you into doing something, then I need to do that properly. Unlike right now, you know, like when I'm live streaming, like you can see that I talk all over the place, like the topic that I was talking about just keep flowing into one another, you know. I just the moment I talk and when something comes into my mind, like I just can't stop. Like I will keep on talking here and there, and I will just go further away from the actual topic that I wanted to talk about. So when I want to make an actual you know, tutorial and guide video, then I need to prepare for it. And the one thing that I want to make is actually a guide on how to build your relic. And actually, if you've been listening to me all this time, you actually already get a lot of hints about how to build your relic. Like just you know, that's the thing. And here I want to give you something, you know, like I have something that I'm currently building. It's still in a beta because I'm still building it, but if you want, you can go to here. There you go. Just type that in your browser. Dislyte.vvcopvv.com. It's something that I'm currently building. It's a relic calculator. So if you really like, you know, thinking a lot about this game, you know that this is something that is really, really important in this game, and they don't have it. Sometimes I was able to do AFF 16 before this happened, but now I can do it very easily. That's why I only have 95% of my relics with Chronos relics. Yeah, exactly. That's why I have a video that said, like, when everybody was complaining about the ritual changes in 3.1.7, my video was talking about how easy this ritual in this update has become. You know, I'm probably the only positive person that make a video about 3.1.7. Probably, you know. Need to get a lot of variety of relics now that I can. Yeah, exactly. So I'm also one of the person that cannot reliably farm APEP and Fafnir before 3.1.7 because one reason that I don't want to farm them is because I need to build like specific team just to farm them, you know. So when I need to build a specific team and relic, especially relic, I need my relic to be like, you know, at the exact speed and exact amount of damage to even be reliably farming them, then I will never do that, because it's a waste of material, you know. So I will just get my APEP and Fafnir relic from Expedition and from my relic fusion, because I don't want to build a relic set that is only useful for grinding one exact content, you know. It's gonna be useless in every other content. Like, you know, a lot of players, when the relic set, the feature that you can swap relics very easily right now, where you can save your relic set, first came out, a lot of players put like Chronos set there, APEP set there, Fafnir set there, and then after that Cube set, and then for PvP set for the same Esper. So why do I want to build, like, imagine I have one Clara and I have 5 relic sets for her, because one is for Dislyte, one is for Chronos, one is for PvP. Like, what the hell? It's a waste of gold and everything, you know. Yeah, relic calculator, great, right? If you know what the purpose of relic calculator is, then you know how valuable this feature is, you know. So have fun, because with relic calculator, you can easily plan your build for every single one of your Esper without actually needing to try on the Esper itself, you know. And also, you can actually slowly build your Esper that way. Like, for example, I'm currently building my Tang Xuan, my Wukong, and by using the relic calculator, I can exactly plan for every single slot. Like if you see my community post, I already posted. I already have 2 perfect relic for my Wukong, and I just put those 2 relics into my relic calculator, and then I can plan for the other 4 relics. Like, I want this exact spot relic to have this substats, and I need this substat for the others, my relic slot. You know, you get what I mean? So when I actually get that relic, okay, I get this substat for this slot, and then I will upgrade it to level 15, and then after that I know, okay, I got this many substats, and then I can put it in my relic calculator, and now I only need to plan for 3 more relic sets. I mean 3 more relic slots, you know. And then I will know exactly, okay, because I already have enough of these substats, I can go for another substats. This, you know, you get the purpose of relic calculator. So yeah, that's the thing, you know. So that's also where you can actually plan for, like, you know, a lot of different aspects. Like, for example, like for controller, you need like exactly 80% accuracy stats. So if you want to plan, like, okay, I need 80%, so where do I want to put this 80%? Do I want to put on Apollo set relic? Do I want to put on the main stat accuracy set relic? Or do I want to spread it among the substats? You can plan them using relic calculator. That's the best part about relic calculator. Ooh, we need to constantly be rebuilding our Esper. I just rebuilt Lucas after the update. Yeah, that's why when I said you don't want to have like set relic for one exact Esper, like one specific Esper, because you always gonna need different relics for different content. So that's why Espers are your tools, relics are also your tools. That's why when you saw me just now, like, I gave Drew relics the name Drew just because he is an Esper that needs attack and also 80% accuracy. So even though the name of the relic is Drew, I use it for Louis. You see, you get what I mean there? Yeah. So it's not limited on just the Esper, you know. I can borrow every single Espers from everyone to be like put in every other Esper, you know. So for example, like Clara, like my Clara relic is something that has the like as high amount of HP and as high amount of speed as possible. So if I need a healer to move like fast while still having a lot of HP, like for example another Esper that use the exact same stats as Clara will be Ahmed. So if I want Ahmed to heal a lot, then I will borrow Clara's relic from Ahmed. But if I want to go for Asenat, she will need a different relic. So Asenat relic will be having attack bonus in there because Asenat heal more the more attack she has. So Asenat relic will be the same as Changpu. So Changpu and Asenat can share their relics together. So there you go. You know, you can actually build relics without a specific Esper in mind. You just need to know like what stats do they need and who other Espers who needs that stats, and then you can share the relics between all those Espers. Made him a little more speed and damage so I can hurt and AP control them at the same time. Yeah, that's good. You know, like when I first got my Lucas, I also built him with critical rate and attack damage, just because he cannot reliably dispel and AP down other people. So at the very least, I want him to at least deal some kind of damage. So yeah, I don't know, I actually need to sleep like in 15 minutes. I don't know if I can clear Temporal Tower before then. We still have 8 more floors to do. And I've already been live for 2 and almost 3 hours. Oh my god, I've been talking for almost 3 hours non-stop. That's probably why my jaw hurts right now. Oh yeah, I need to hydrate myself a little bit. Oh my god. But it's been fun because I have a lot of information, but just because I don't have that many playtime, like right now, you know, like if I have a lot of free time, I will just live stream, especially when there's Esper Feud, because I do want to record my Esper Feud, so why not just live stream it? That's what I thought. But when I don't have that many free time, so I don't talk a lot, I don't share a lot of my information outside, especially when I don't even have time to play for myself, then I don't have time to make a video, you know, unlike any other YouTuber that can provide you with video every single day. So there are a lot of information that I keep to myself, you know. So it's been nice to be able to talk a lot about all of them within these 3 hours. I've been working for this same time at home with 2 screens checking tracking loads. Wow. So yeah. Well, my work doesn't really allow me to play while working because I'm a programmer. So whenever I code something, like I cannot concentrate. I cannot multitask. That's my problem. So I need to concentrate fully when I code. So yeah. So whenever I have free time, like I'll probably make some video, but it won't be as often as any other YouTuber. So most of my video will be something that, you know, a really important thing to talk about. Like the last one that I made purposely is the ritual miracle, because it was so huge that everybody was talking about it, that I want to show people that, hey, you know, it's not all that bad, you're just complaining too much without even trying anything. That's what I thought when I made that video, you know. So I just showed them this is actually better than before 3.1.7 for people like me, you know. but not for people who actually already like, invest a lot of their time and materials into making that perfect Chronos team, and then it becomes useless now, all of them. Because you can no longer brute force your way into killing Chronos Ape Fafnir, even though there are already some people who managed to do that. Like I said in my ritual miracle video, like if you are a pay-to-win players or you are a whale, then definitely you will still be able to brute force your way, killing the ritual miracle boss before they even kill you. So you don't even need to do the actual mechanic that the developer wants you to do. But if you're like a standard normal player, then you should do what the developer expects you to do. That way, you will never be wrong when playing the game, So when you play the game by exploiting some feature that is like make something becomes really easy, then you're just waiting for a time bomb that way, because that thing will change in the future. Like when I said when I told you about Yun Chuan, Yun Chuan can still change in the future. So it can either happen, it can either not happen, but it is something that for me, I don't really want to take the risk. So even if I have Yun Chuan later on, I do want to pull him with my Wisdom later. I probably not gonna upgrade him to Divine Gate 2, because for me, him being just without any Divine Gate is already useful enough for Sentinel Hunt, and I will probably only gonna use him for Sentinel Hunt anyway, so I don't really need to upgrade him, because I'm not gonna use him for any other content. I will probably use him for the Calamity Island, but that's about it. What do you pro game on? What do you mean? What do you mean pro game on? Like, what kind of game am I good? You mean? Well, I kind of want to change the music. Like, I've been listening to the same music for 3 hours straight. Oh my god. Let's just use something more especially with my Chronos team, it'll take a time. Yeah, exactly. For me, I don't have that problem, because like I said just now, I don't want to build the exact team for Chronos, APEP, and Fafnir before 3.1.7. So this update has been a real blessing for me. All this time, I've been just grinding Chronos with only Ife and Kara. That's why, like, before I made that video about the Chronos Auto 16, I'm probably the only one who's been grinding Chronos with Poison. Yeah, at first I didn't want to share my information on that, but I thought, like, after a while, when Ape came out, like, I knew straight away this is OP, because I've been using Kara all this time, and Ape being like the complement of Kara. Like, when Ife came out, a lot of people compare her with Kara, like they do the exact same thing. But that's the thing, when people said that and they've been comparing Kara with Ife, I was like feeling a little bit annoyed back then. Because they are not supposed to be compared with each other, they are supposed to be used together, because you can stack poisons. They don't they don't replace each other. Like, for example, if you bring an Esper that can deal attack down to the enemy, it will be a waste if you bring another Esper that can also deal attack down to the enemy. But for poison, bring as many as you can, you can stack poison. Why the hell do you compare them? And that's when I first started making my YouTube video about Dislyte. Before then, I was just, enjoying my game by myself with all the informations that I have. Yeah. So I made a video about Ife, and then I was planning to keep the information to myself, but I thought Okay, why not just share it? Okay, it's been like quite some time after Eve came out, and people still not realize how useful she is. So I just made that ritual Chronos video, about how OP Eve is in Chronos, and that's how I've been farming Chronos all this time. I don't build like a specific team for Chronos, Apex, and Fafnir. I've been grinding Chronos every day with just poison, you know. I don't even need to build any team. I don't even need to build a specific relic. Just bring poison and that's it. That's how I've been dealing with Chronos all this time. And now that they come out with the new ritual, I finally been able to actually grind Apex and Fafnir now. Because I don't need to build a specific relic with specific speed. I can just give them any kind of relic, and as long as I have the correct Esper for that ritual, then I can still clear that ritual, you know. I don't need to have like, you know, you need to move at this exact time, at this exact point when the warning came out and Chronos came out. I need for every single Esper that I have to have all the skills ready, blah blah blah, all those things. I don't want to deal with that. That's me, but that's me, you know. So right now, this ritual doesn't need you to have that requirement. So it's been a blessing. So yeah, this is a new thing. Like I kind of get blocked by a tower in 45. This kind of new. This is going to be a little bit troublesome just because of Nicole here, but it should still be like, you know, doable, because luckily we have Tricky here, so we can easily kill Clara. So if Clara is dead, and we also bring a Pandora here, and that's the thing, you know, the change to Pandora right now is like pros and cons, because Pandora, oh yeah, I didn't finish my Pandora explanation just now, oh my god. Pandora like get nerfed because she no longer can stun, but it also actually opens her up into having a relic full of HP, like I said in the beginning before we go into the Temporal Tower. So it opens up her possibility into not bringing accuracy at all in her relic, so she can just focus on full HP. So she become a tank. Like right now, you can see that she cannot die, you know. And when dealing with Shimmer Esper, this is also something that you need to keep in mind. Shimmer Esper will always aim for another Shimmer if they can find one in your team. So it's the same thing for every elemental Esper. So Inferno will always hit the Wind Esper first, Wind Esper will always hit Flow Esper first, and Flow will hit Inferno Esper. So if you know that, you can actually deal with certain Espers. Like for example, if you go to PvP and you face against Ophelia, then you can just bring one Flow Esper in your team and the rest of your Esper are non-Flow. And Ophelia will definitely go into that Flow Esper. So if you do that, then you can definitely know which Esper that your enemy is going to attack. So for example, in that case, if I know the enemy has Ophelia, I always gonna bring Oli together with Gaius, and then the rest of my Esper will be non-flow. So Ophelia will either gonna hit my Oli and my Gaius, but the thing is that my Oli in my PvP set relic, he actually used the current relic that my Pandora are using. So my Oli have 60,000 HP. So if the enemy Ophelia actually hit my Oli will never die. And if she actually hit my Gaius, then my Gaius will get protected by Oli. So I can already counter Ophelia that way.
Get that right?
Yeah, we can go through this stage without no problem. Let's go to 46. Yeah, but I guess at this point in time, I don't think you will have any other problem with the enemies, you know. Like the boss is just the same thing every other temporal tower. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the stream here. Hope you guys enjoy it. And where are you from? I'm from Indonesia. I'm from Indonesia. Oh yeah, before I end the stream, if you have any other questions, I will get the answer them. So I have, oh yeah, I didn't finish the Pandora's explanation. Oh my god, that's why I need a cue card whenever I talk about something, you know. I need to keep going back into the topic. So yeah, I didn't finish what I said about Pandora. So Pandora lose her ability to stun using her third skill, and that opens up her relics, so you can just maximize her HP in her relic. And her debuffs, the Pandora bolts, can now deal damage per turn, so it's a pros and cons. You can increase the debuff duration, blah blah blah, and yeah, that's basically Pandora. So she doesn't really get nerfed. It's a change of play style, but it's still the same essence, you know. Like currently for me, Pandora is easier to use because she works the same as a stronger version of Poison. So like right now, I can have fun with this without like, you know, before this I need to rely on Pandora's stun because she will be another one of my controller in my team. But right now, because I know she is no longer a controller, I can just put a more reliable controller and she will just focus on dealing damage, because right now her having like 60,000 HP, she can deal a lot of damage using her first skill and second skill. So yeah, it's kind of like a pros and cons, you know, like her change. I'm from Colombia. Ah, nice. Wait, Colombia, is it the one in like middle part of America, or is it the southern part of America? Yeah, my geography sucks. Wait, Colombia. Where's Colombia? Where's the maps? Colombia and South America, yeah. Ah, okay, yeah. That's why, like, I don't know exactly the place. Like, I was guessing it's either near Brazil or it's either near Mexico. So yeah, that's the only thing I want to make sure about. Yeah, nice. You're at the opposite side of the world from me, so it should be lunchtime for you right now. The northern part of South America. Yeah, I'm looking at the world map right now. So yeah. I do have friends from Ecuador last time, because I studied in London before this, you know, when I was still in university. So I did have some friends from Brazil, from Ecuador, mostly from Brazil actually. Which else? I think there's what is that country? I forgot. The one who goes around conquering other countries long time ago. What is that country? Yeah, it's your neighbor. Ecuador is your neighbor. I forgot the country's name. Oh my god. Who is that? I can't remember the country's name. It should be near southern part of America, but I don't remember the country name. Yeah, anyway, so it's nice to have you here with me. We've been having fun for 3 hours. So yeah, maybe at this point in time, maybe we just finish the temporal tower. Let's just finish the temporal tower, and then after that I will go to sleep. It probably will only take like another 15 minutes or so. Yeah. It's already 47 anyway.
Another winning trade.
Yeah, this is rare. Usually I will, finish my temporal tower like near the end of the time limit, the duration, just because I don't really have time to stay like this, like keep doing this the whole time. I will just like probably today do 10 floors or 5 floors, and then the next week I'm gonna do another 5, like blah blah blah. Like my plan just now for tonight was actually to do the Esper Feud, and then if nobody watched, then I will just end the stream and then just continue coding for my rally calculator, because it's not finished yet. So, but because you are here accompanying me and you suggest doing the temporal tower, so here we are. It's a nice thing to do. Like finally, if I can finish this now, then for the next 1 month, I don't need to care about this thing. I can just take it easy with grinding Dislyte lanes every day. The tower is now easier how it should be. It used to be really almost impossible without. Yeah. It's also probably because your relic gets better and better every day. When your relic gets better and better every day, it's more possible to clear this without using Aura. It just needs to take a longer time, like you see the enemy still have a ton of HP, but because now it's probably also because you have a lot of options for poison espers, because long time ago it was only Kara that you can use. Like Jacob is not reliable in putting poison. He is more, if you compare every single poison espers, Jacob for me is not actually a poison esper. He is more of like a petrify esper, because his fang is actually really useful, but it's kind of situational, because if you want to make use of that fang buffs, then you need the enemy to deal AoE damage to you, which is also kind of situational. Like not every espers will deal AoE damage to you. So if all 5 of the enemy espers deal AoE damage to you, then Jacob will be really, really strong. But then again, if the enemy have 5 AoE espers, then you have a bigger problem that you need to survive getting hit by 5 AoE. Yeah. And then after that, because everybody have Hall right now, because of Sentinel Hunt, so you can also bring Hall into clearing the Temporal Tower. Every time you hit someone, he will stack poison on them, and it can be really, really fast to kill one Esper one by one. I used to see my friends stuck at certain fronts like floor 5, 6, and so on, but this one, everyone have ability to block them. Oh, you mean Infinity Tower, not Temporal Tower. Okay. Yeah, the Infinite Tower for this one is too easy. Like, I like the Infinite Tower before this update. The Infinite Tower for this time is too easy, so it's a really, really good chance for everybody to get that 60 stars on Infinite Tower to like put it on your name card high score, But that's the thing, like because of this update, everybody clear Infinite Tower level 10. I can no longer use Infinite Tower as a benchmark for judging whether someone is good at playing this game or not, because Infinite Tower previously was almost impossible to do. So your achievement in the Infinite Tower clear is actually something that I can judge to know whether you are good at playing this game or not, because if you are able to clear Infinite Tower previously before this patch, then you definitely know your Esper very well. When I'm looking at people's profile, then I can know like how good you are using that Infinite Tower. Because Infinite Tower is something that requires a lot of experiment and knowledge about espers, because you don't use, like, how to say, like, you cannot really follow what other people are using, because everybody have different solutions to deal with the Infinite Tower, you know. Like when you are stuck, like for example, if you cannot deal with floor 5, you know, like the 5th floor of Infinite Tower, and your friend is able to finish the 5th floor, they might get stuck on the 8th floor. But when you reach 8th floor is actually really easy for you because of your espers. Those kinds of things can affect your strategy into clearing the Infinite Tower. Because if that's the case, then when you are dealing with the 5th floor, you can actually reduce the star level for you to be able to get past that 5th floor, and then you can clear the other floors with more stars, and that will net you more stars in the end, you know, by doing that pros and cons things, you know, like your advantage in certain stage, and play around with the number of stars that you get in the end. So yeah, now because everybody clear floor 10, then I cannot use it to judge whether someone can play around their espers or not. Because in every other PvE content, like in Ritual, in Dislyte, even though you have like a very high Dislyte score, like for example you have like 12 million in every single one of them, it doesn't really judge how well you're gonna do in real-time arena, because you there is a template that you can follow based on every other players that are doing the same thing, because they are basically the same thing for everyone, you know. So by using the exact same Esper, by following the exact same template, you can get a very high in score, just like that other guy, as long as you have the Espers and the relics following that guy. But in the Infinite Tower, you cannot see that guy's relic. You see, like when you check the the strategy in Infinite Tower, you cannot see their relics. So even though you know their lineup, you need a lot of knowledge about Esper's abilities, you know, in order to know, okay, his lineup is there, that this, and this Espers. So I know who walks first, who walks later, why they use this, why they use that, and this one counters this one counters that. That actually requires knowledge, you know. Final floor. I've learned Berenice quite often in this last floor. Yeah, exactly. That's why Berenice is one of the rare Esper that you can still use up until now. See, we're still gonna be relevant in, like, you know, a lot of future contents. So Berenice, Liao, Drew, Brian, Barden will be like very, very useful in the future content, you know. And then also comes Medusa, and then Helena, and then Yasuo. Then after that, I'm currently building Changpu because he is also one of the useful Esper, but she got overshadowed by the other Espers. So among those things that I do want to upgrade next, if I were to compare like every single rare Espers, it's probably gonna be David. Once I was using Clara and I was losing to replace Clara with Berenice and Insta win the floor. Yeah, that's how good Berenice is. That's how good Berenice is. So yeah, let's clear this floor. So I have the highest amount of critical damage here on my Oli, so it should be fine. And then I'm gonna bring my Gaius here because I need his AoE to deal with the minion's shield. And then after that, I definitely need to bring my Clara because she is my only legendary healer. Yeah, I do wish I can get Ahmed and Sally. So I get a feeling that later when I'm pulling for Intisar, I will get Ahmed and Sally. So yeah, I hope so. So if I have Ahmed and Sally, I can get more variance into the healer that I can bring in the content. But right now I only have Clara. So the rest have different purpose, you know, like I have other healers like epic healers, but they have different purpose. Like Heng Ye is more of a cleanser instead of a healer. And then Asenat is more of a damage reduction than a healer too, you know. So the only other Espers that can like infinitely heal is Helena and Changpu. And that's the thing, you know, like a lot of players don't know how good Helena is. So yeah, I'll give it to your imagination why she is really good. The hint is the cooldown here, you know. So that's the hint. So yeah. Let's see. I do need something else. What did I bring? I forgot. Kind of forgot. I actually kind of forgot. I probably need to bring Gabriel so that my whole team can survive. And then maybe, oh yeah, I need, wait, defense down is from Gabriel, Seer is from, no, I don't actually have Seer. Yeah, Gaius can deal Seer, but if I put him on auto, he won't be able to put that Seer. So I need another person for Seer, which probably I'm gonna bring Lin here. Let's go Lin. So 9935 is 195. So yeah, she will definitely move before Oli. There we go. Let's go. Yeah, I don't memorize the exact lineup that I have every single time I do Temporal Tower. So even though I can just sneak peek into my previous team, but I do like to, you know, experiment with a new team. Even though 4 of them are still the same, like Oli, Gaius, Gabriel, and Clara is the same for my previous Temporal Tower. But Lin here, I'm kind of experimenting with her right now. It's not really experiment. Like, I know Lin is very, very good, but I do want to try her out in the Temporal 50 right now. She is like, you know, like kind of like my early trademark or something. No, not trademark. Like a unique Esper that I bring to real-time arena. Like if you ever find me in real-time arena, I'm the guy who bring Lin into PvP. Yeah, matter of fact, she is excellent as well for the Yunchuan event. In rank 1 in the what 2-in-1 legendary. Do you want to see my lineup for Yunchuan event? Yeah, there is also a Berenice in there for me. That's the great thing about Shield, you know. Like Shield, up until now, nothing can replace a Berenice Shield because there is nothing better to give Shield than Berenice. And Shield is a really strong buffs because it almost like you see in this case, Gaius, like it doubles the amount of health you have. So there is only one thing. Okay, this is something interesting, you know. Like imagine this: when you are a DPS, you have attack stats, then you can increase that attack with attack buff. Okay, and if you are using a defense Esper, Donar, a Barden, and then you know any other defense Esper like Joser, you can increase your damage by defense up. But when you are playing with HP Esper, there is no buff that can increase your HP. Okay, imagine that. So I'm expecting something in the future might be able to increase your maximum HP. You know, there probably will be a buff that can allow you to do that in the future. But right now, the closest thing that we have to be able to increase our maximum HP is just barrier. No. So barrier is one buff that is like, you know, kind of very unique right now. Not really unique, like it's one of a kind. Yeah, almost impenetrable, that shield, exactly. Because it doubles the amount of HP you have while, not having any side effect. Right now, you see, like, even this small amount of shield coming from Gaius and also Clara makes them, like, alive very, very long. Shield is really important, because that's the only way you can increase your maximum HP. And the best thing is that the HP that you get for Berenice's case depends on her maximum HP. So, like, you can build your DPS as low HP as possible, and you can get your HP from Berenice's shield. Yeah, that's the crazy part about Berenice. You can give your HP in literal sense. You actually giving your HP to your whole teammate as Berenice. Even with Yunchuan, one hit, one kill, it was only doing half damage to my Esper, and that's how I got this max 50 million score. Wow, nice. Yeah, I'm really unlucky with the Yunchuan. Oh no, our Oli died. Yeah, we failed to kill the shield because of Lin. So let's change Lin. Although I can probably finish that, but it probably won't. So let's not take a risk. So let's change. I think I know what I'm supposed to use. So I can either use Jiangmen, or I can either use Tang Xuan. Let's try Tang Xuan.
There's a mission? Let's leave it.
Yes, using Oli Styling. Let's see this one.
I won't stop as long as there's injustice in this world.
Hey, that should be good. Let's do this. Hopefully we can finish this. Yeah, I think if I use Jiangmen, then we will definitely clear this, but I do want to try out with this one. Tender Clara, Berenice, and that 4-star purple lady, I forget the name. Asenat, you mean? Yeah, Asenat is really good. She becomes Simmer because her kit is, like, probably the strongest right now. She is only become Epic Esper because her kit is only that. It's the damage reduction. There is no other Esper that can reduce 50% of incoming damage. So reducing incoming damage by percentage amount is a big deal. Because like you say, like for example, like for any other healer, you actually eat that amount of damage and then you heal the HP afterwards, like right now my Clara. So for example, like let's say your Esper have 100% HP, you get hit by 50% of your HP and then you go down to 50%, and then your Clara will bring it back to probably, let's say, to 75%. So if you use Asena, then your HP from 100% only goes down to 75% straight away. Your Asena don't need to move. So for Clara's case, your Clara needs to move to bring that health back to 75%, but for Asena's case, she doesn't need to move to bring your health back to 75% because it's a damage reduction, And the best part is that if you are dying, if your Esper is dying, no, that's not the best part yet. If your Esper is dying, like let's say your Esper have 50% health, and then the enemy deals 50% of your maximum HP in damage, then you will die before your Clara able to heal you back up. But if you use Asenat, then you can still survive having that 25% HP, So that's Asenat. And the best part about Asenat is that her buff is permanent. There is no time limit to her buffs. And that's the best part. So as long as the enemy doesn't hit you with a low amount of damage, then you can wait for that huge hit coming from the enemy to get blocked by Asena damage reduction. But attack lady from the Inferno. Huh? Who is purple lady from Inferno? Wait. Purple lady from Inferno? Wait, who else is purple? The only thing that comes to my mind for purple lady is just Asena. Wait, who else is purple? Wait, let me imagine that. Who else is purple? Yeah, Tangswan is really strong in this. Because there are only 3 targets, and my Tangswan not yet defined yet 6, so I can only hit 3 targets, but that's enough for this stage. That's a purple floaters. Yeah, I don't know. I need to check the Esper list to be able to know like which other lady is purple. The only thing that comes to mind. Oh yeah, let's go to my my website. I want to see who other lady is purple. Oh, Catherine is Shimmer. No. Who is Inferno? Is it Alexa? And multi hits and steal buffs. She is white with purple clothes. Multi hits and steal buff. Oh, Chloe. Okay. It's Chloe. So you use Chloe. Okay. So it's another DPS. Yeah. So I thought it was a support because when people say purple lady, then the only thing that comes to my mind is Asena, because she's a lady. Chloe is more like a tomboy for me. But yeah, she is also purple lady. But yeah, look at that. We cleared this boss with Tangswan. Yeah, she steals Yunchuan's buff too, and at the same time hit other. Yeah, when you are dealing with just a single boss, then Chloe deals the highest amount of single target damage, aside from Gaius. And the difference is that Gaius, you need a Bilimon to maximize his damage, because his cooldown is quite a long time for him to be able to deal that single target damage, because while after he used his thunder, like his second skill, he is stuck with his first skill, which deals AoE damage, so it's not efficient at dealing damage to a single target enemy. So you need to upgrade his ability using his Abilimon to keep using his second skill. So when that's the case, then Chloe deals more damage to a single target compared to Gaius. If it's a long battle, a long fight like Yunchuan, because you don't need to upgrade his, not upgrade his abilities, but it's easier to upgrade Chloe's abilities using Abilimon, and while her skill is on cooldown, she is not stuck with an AoE skill for her to use. She can use her first skill and she can still steal buffs while she is doing that. There we go, we finished Temporal Tower. So yeah, I don't need to do anything else for the next, how many days? 7 days, yep. Yeah, I don't need to do anything for the next 7 days. So yeah, I think I'm starting to lose my voice right now. But yeah, there was a fun stream. So nice meeting you, Julian. Hope you guys enjoy it, and everybody else who's been watching or probably gonna watch in the future. I don't think everybody gonna watch until this far into the video, but yeah. So from tomorrow on, I can just focus on finishing my relic calculator and also probably making another video. So yeah, you'll see me in your videos. Go ahead, yeah. Okay, alright then. Yeah, nice meeting you then. I'll see you in the. Yeah. See you later then. Bye bye. Yeah, good night, everyone.